got hella problems. Don't need no shovel, handle dirt with choppers. You get your issue, try killing me. Eliminate all contenders, talk about ending me. Got Glocks and Drakes, them bullets sped out 'em. Yeah, the mortician can't get the lead.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are back in the den today, and we have Mr. Stephen Keighery with Home Buyer Louisiana. And, of course, we have our co-hosts, Austin Abear and Duncan Martin.
What up?
Thank you for coming on the pod today, my man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so already with your accent, if anybody already heard it, let everybody kind of know where you're from.
It's a southern accent, you know, just probably not the southern you were expecting. I'm from the southern hemisphere, so I'm born and raised in Sydney, Australia, Bondi Beach. So, yeah, been there most of my life, but I've been in New Orleans 8 years now.
4286 Wallaby Way, Sydney. What it is? That's all I That's crazy. I must got the amnesia or something like it because I know that's not what it was. But I'm guessing you probably hear that all the time or get jokes about that.
Yeah, for sure.
So what made you want to make the move from Sydney over to Louisiana? Because that's a drastic kind of jump.
Yeah, man, I sort of did it in 2 steps. So I'd been to 28 states in America. We love America, so we've traveled like pretty extensively. And Louisiana was my favorite, like specifically New Orleans, like the city, just loved it. I became a Saints fan like 11 years ago when I traveled here. And so love the city. And I'd sort of exited my old business and I wanted to take some time off. So I came for 6 months. So didn't intend to move here. I have a family and 2 kids. But we came for 6 months. But like about 2 months into that, my wife's like, we're not leaving, right? We were having just too good a time. So
I liked it that much.
Yeah, we did, man. Just the food, the culture, my wife was enjoying it. My family was liking it. So, I was looking for my next sort of business opportunity. So I'm like, what could I do here? So I started thinking through. I wanted to do more real estate. I saw opportunities in like lots of distressed properties, still properties that were blighted from Katrina. And, I figured I could make an impact there. So, we decided to stay, man.
When did this all take place? This was like around Katrina, or this was
no.
This was when?
This is like 2018.
Okay,
right?
okay.
But I'm saying there was still places.
Okay,
when I looked around, because I wanted to do property, and like I'm saying, there's still like vacant properties from Katrina. And I'm like, man, like we got to fix this up.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, if you were talking about it, y'all got here around Katrina, and then you're saying you're a Saints fan, I was about to say you might have had a different opinion if you would have came over here like 5 years earlier, because the Saints had never won a Super Bowl up until that was the first one they won, correct, Brad?
Yeah.
2009. So that was whenever Katrina hit. That was the first one that they ended up winning.
Katrina hit 2004.
Yeah.
And then it was a few years later
because
he played in a different city.
No, the Super Bowl was after.
Well, but it was the first season.
That was like the comeback. Yeah. That was a big comeback.
It was a big comeback year or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So funny is that because like I grew up, I loved NFL. Like I watched a lot of the NFL sport, but like which isn't that common in Australia. Not many people do. But I never really liked a team. I sort of like 49ers were interesting. When Joe Montana was playing. Dan Marino in the Miami. But I never had a reason to go for a team. And when we came here in like 2011, it was just a vacation, and I was in the French Quarter on game day, and man, I went to a fancy restaurant. The waiters are wearing Saints jerseys. You know what I mean? Like I'm just looking around the town, like, man, what is going on here? And I went like, I never had a reason to go for a team. I'm normally pretty loyal with my teams in Australia, and I'm like, I'm a Saints fan. From this day, like, Saints fan converted.
Well, it makes sense because, like, my wife had never wanted to go to a football game. She had gone to some when she was younger. Her brother played for Ohio, and she's like, oh, it's just a football game. It's not, anything special. I was like, you don't understand the culture here behind the Saints. It's like Mardi Gras every time they play.
Well, it's crazy, though, because, like, you think football, big football, everybody wants to think automatically off the back Texas, right? Because that's, like, Texas is bread and butter.
Yep.
But whenever you come to either LSU football game or a Saints football game in Louisiana, it's a completely, even other sports as well. I mean, that's why every time whenever we go to Omaha with LSU, I mean, where's that board that has the shot count? We completely destroy it every single year.
Oh, so you're running the numbers on that. I've seen that count. I've never been there, but I've seen the count.
I look at all those numbers, and I'm just like, the fan base that we have is just so loyal, and we just do everything to the extreme in the sports world as far as that goes.
To us, they're not like teams. It's more like part of our state and cultural identity. Like, I lived in L.A., and they talk about the 49ers or the Chargers or the Rams or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, that's just our team. You know, I'm a fan, whatever. But you come out here and it's a way of life.
Hard. It's die hard.
I believe my wife loves the Saints. She's never been a sports fan, but she's totally into it. And I think what I learned is everyone in New Orleans is a Saints fan, even if they're not a footy fan. You know what I mean? They don't really care about football, but they care about the Saints and they care that the Saints are winning.
Yeah, it brings everybody together. Look,
It does.
in Louisiana, what we're good at? Finding excuses to have a party, drink, cook something up. I mean, that's what it's about. It's the hospitality and being around good people. That's the things you find around here.
Why do you think we didn't leave, man? Why do you think we didn't leave? That's why we're here.
Well, look, that's the crazy part. And honestly, to hear you say that, I mean, look, that's where we were this weekend. You know, we went to New Orleans to enjoy the food in different places. We like different things like that. But what's crazy to hear is like, look, I would, you know, you'd probably think I'm crazy, but I would say there's a few things why I wouldn't go to Australia. I mean, but then I guess it's all relative. I mean, look, y'all got what? Cobras, shit that can, you know, crocodiles. I mean, I know we got alligators, but I mean, there's a lot of things I would say, man, all the big spiders and venomous things over there. But then I guess it's like I said, it's relative. I mean, look, we have carjackings, meth, fentanyl, crackheads.
Points are wildlife.
Look, it is relative. I mean, it's pick your poison type thing.
I think a lot of reasons that I would say Australia doesn't have. Isn't there like a really strict process of being able to actually be a citizen in Australia? Like not just anybody can go and be a citizen?
Nah, it's actually easier, man. Like so we have a lot of immigration. We really are a country of immigrants. And like my company in Australia, man, I can't tell you how many people we got to be citizens of Australia. Like we had a lot of English backpackers, Irish backpackers that would employ. And we had our HR system had a whole process. We knew how to like hire them. If they worked for 2 years, they could then apply. And so a lot of them actually became citizens. You know, it's actually much tougher here. You know, I'm still going through it because I'm here on a business investment visa. So I'm not a citizen. You know, I would like to be, and I'm looking at paths for that. But it's tougher. It's tougher here than in Australia.
That was going to be my next question. Actually, was what was the visa process? Because you said you're looking into what to even start here. Like, how did you just call and say, hey, I want to start this business there? How'd that go down?
Look, it's probably tough. Like it's probably tough for most people, but I just figured it out. Like you know, at the time they were building walls for like immigrants, but if you would invest money in the country and you would start a business, then they had this E2 business investment visa because they want to attract companies. And you know, I have a business background and they did vet that. So like if you can show a business background, if you can show a business plan, they wanted to see that I invested money into the country. They wanted to see a business plan that would show would hire staff. When they had that, then if they thought that was credible and that you could make an economic impact, then they granted you that visa. So man, I had like it was sort of like it was hard, but like I had a 300-page document. That was Home Buyer Louisiana, sort of like the company. So I had like 300 pages of documents and I had an extra couple hundred pages if they're going to ask me questions. So I just like papered them to death and they let me in. But I think probably most people would struggle to do that in all honesty.
And did your wife get the visa too by proxy or was she part of the company or how'd that go down?
By proxy she gets it and my children get it. It's like an E2 visa and she's like an E2 spouse and my children E2 dependents or whatever. And they can be on that till they're 21. So gotcha. I'm currently applying to be it's a pretty cool title. I really want to get this. I'm currently applying to be an alien of extraordinary ability, right? So that's something that you actually is a path to citizenship. So I'm in the process of that.
Nick's going to have a conspircy theory about that once you become the alien.
That's pretty cool.
They confirmed it. Aliens are real.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, we gotta wait on the conspiracy theories. We gotta go first into, so what was the business that you left Australia for that you said that you kind of like started selling some of those shares? Kind of give us the rundown on that. What did you kind of create there and then how you got here?
Yeah, so we had a few sites, but the main site was Home Improvement Pages, which was High Pages. So it was really a two-sided marketplace connecting homeowners with contractors. So for American listeners, very similar to Angie's List, TaskRabbit, very similar business model. So we, I had partners in that, and we grew that to like 300 staff. Just really at the time when we first started, we were helping contractors get online. We were like having conversations about like we'll get you on Google, and I literally had convos. What's Google? Like, oh, that's a fad. Like they were the convos we were having back in like 2006. And then that turned into more of market app and on demand, like posting jobs, and now the company's still going. And one of my partners is still the CEO, and they're really very sophisticated in managing workflows for contractors and the whole thing. So it's listed on a stock exchange. It's a
So y'all got in on the ground floor.
An IPO and everything, yeah, man. So that was cool. The IPO happened when I was out. So I left before the IPO. We had News Corp invest in the company. They bought like 30%. I sold some shares in a secondary into that. And, it was sort of time for me to go, right? Like I love that company. I love what we built. I love that company. And I love the culture. Like a lot of my DNA's in there. But it did also get to a point where it started as like there's 5 of us that were directors and partners in the early days. And we moved quickly and broke things and like really innovated. And then towards the end, it was like, I didn't love it as much. But don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to be critical because it was the right business. Like we had very like good HR processes and like stricter and more, and we had to be, and that was where the company was. So it was in the right spot. But I didn't love it as much, man. Like
just got more corporate.
Like obviously, we'd sold shares. So like, back in the day, I was like a partner, it was like our business, and now I had shares, but like, it's a percentage and other people own it. So I just didn't like it as much. So that's when I decided, and also too, I decided that I actually thought that some people with better skills were better placed to like grow the company at that point. Like I ran marketing, I did a lot of digital marketing, a lot of direct response marketing, but we were stepping up to doing TV and brand, and like that wasn't really my experience. So, for me, I felt like it was best to like move on, let someone else take that. I still had a bunch of shares, so I was happy for the business to go well, and the idea was to take a year off. So I'm a big Robert Kiyosaki fan. He's an author, and he wrote a book that was like, when you exit your first business, you should take a year off. Don't like clear your mind, don't do anything. So me coming here was part of that year off. So I was just like, don't think about your next move, just enjoy yourself. I'd sacrifice a lot of time in my family and everything to like build that business. So the year was just like enjoying myself. When we came to Louisiana for 6 months, I wasn't working. My kids went to school, and me and my wife, we like just went out for lunch every day, all the nice restaurants and stuff. So that was, coming here was just that time off. But then I had to get serious, and my wife wanted to stay. She's like, well, I want to stay. I'm like, cool. But like what we're doing now isn't our life. Like I need to start a business and earn some money as well.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and your daughter did the exchange during that time?
Yeah, she did a cultural exchange. So she went to a Sacred Heart school in Australia, and there's one here. So she did like a cultural exchange where she, spent time in that school. And so that we meant to just like time that out. That was the whole idea. And my son, he was 5. He went to like a pre-K thing. So he was just, spend babysitting basically, but they loved it. If they didn't love it, if my son didn't matter, he would have come wherever. He was 5, but my daughter, she was 10 when we came, but she really liked the school, and she wanted to stay. So if she didn't want to stay, we would have gone back home, but she wanted to. So we're like, let's make that move.
So was one of the reasons that you was like kind of like, I have to make some type of money, was the money that you were making from that business in Australia just not covering what y'all were doing over here?
Yeah, it wasn't like I'd made enough. I had enough shares, enough money to like take a year off and take some time off, and I had some capital to deploy. But I wasn't like I hadn't made enough. I couldn't put my feet up forever. I didn't have that sort of money, so I had to get working on it. I did. Man, the share price went up and then went down. So like it was really good for a while. We got to like a $500 million company. But it's worth like $100 million now. So it's like I've sort of had some ups and downs on that ride. When it was there, it was really, really nice.
Still $100 million company. I mean, I can't even think that I wouldn't say that's not successful.
I mean, it's definitely successful. But at that point, I have a small percentage at that point. So right. I still got to work. I still got to do other things too.
Absolutely.
So when you got out here, what were some of the struggles with the new company early on?
So what was tough with the new company was really starting myself. Right, because it was just me. So back in the day, it was just us like growing the business, but it'd been a while. Like, when I left, we had 300 staff. So I had like data scientists, project managers, like teams. So when I started, it was just me. I had to do everything. So that was a big adjustment, man. That was tough.
And the new business is kind of based off of the old business as well, or is it kind of a new concept?
So the concept is so it's drawing on a lot of very similar things, very different industries. So we're buying and selling distressed property. So it's very much a two-sided marketplace. So we don't close all the properties ourselves. Like we have a lot of investors who are flippers who want properties. So that's like one side of our marketplace, just like the contractors are. So they want deals. And the other side of the sellers, just like in Australia with the homeowners. So we're negotiating deals with the sellers. And I do buy properties that have rentals, but we assign a lot of them to other buyers. So I use that concept of a two-sided marketplace, having like homeowners and people that want to access them. So
more like a brokerage type. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's all distressed though. So it's like, really like technically it's wholesaling is a real estate term if you're familiar with it. But it's I'm not a broker. I'm not licensed, so I'm negotiating for my company's behalf a contract on a deal, and I can buy it myself, or I can assign my rights to buy it to one of my investors, and I'll get a spread on that assignment.
So with that being said, with all like the craziness in the housing market right now, and just crazy interest rates, there's obviously a housing bubble right now that's fixing to pop. They got houses that's selling for crazy numbers, and people are just like, no, we're not even gonna buy it. So I just saw a house the other day. They took off $21,000 off the listing price within a week.
So I think New Orleans specifically and Louisiana in general, but New Orleans has actually gone through the bubble, right? So New Orleans has been one of the worst housing markets in America. It ran up to 2019. Since 2020, I think it's been the worst for appreciation. And because we got hit with Ida, I know you all know about that, right? Yeah. So Ida came, insurance went up at the same time as those interest rates went up. So New Orleans was in the tank, man. But it's actually improving. So my actual theory is I think the housing market is correcting a bit nationally, but I think New Orleans has actually gone through it. And it's actually, from my perspective, it's actually stabilizing. So it went from like being really bad to now stable, and I think it's growing off that base. So I actually think Louisiana's poised for, it's not much of a boom bust market, but I think it's going to go up. But it has been difficult. So in 2020, when the market was hot, it was also hard for me though, because like I'm buying distressed real estate. Like there's not a lot of distress when you can sell a piece of crap for for anything, so it was actually tough. Like if I could get a property, I could sell it really well, but it was tough to buy. So a bad market's not necessarily bad for me. That person dropping the price, like what you want to drop it? You want to sell it? You want to sell it fast for cash?
You probably had a lot more competition too. Whenever in 2020. A
lot of the competition dropped out. A lot of people did struggle. Like the rates, I own rentals. So like I got hit with all the insurance issues. It was tough. A lot of my rentals, probably about a third of my portfolio went negative on cash flow. It's actually, I've only got like one left that's negative now, just as the insurance has improved and the shortages have caught up. So, but it was a tough period, man. A lot of people got out of the market.
So you plan on staying in like the rental game type scenario? Because I was watching another podcast, like the Joe Rogan one the other day with Caleb Hammer, and he was actually talking about how he's in the process of selling all of his rentals just because he rather take the money that he's putting into the rentals and just put it straight into the S&P 500.
Yeah. So man, I really think that rentals are your best bet when coupled with the debt. Okay. So something I'll say to Americans, because most of y'all don't get this, that you guys have 30-year fixed debt. Okay. And most people just think it's, 30, you fixed debt for 30 years. Only country in the world that has 30-year fixed debt. Okay, so in Australia, if you get a loan, it's variable. So I had 6 rentals in Australia. Thought I was going to keep them forever. I sold them the last couple of years because when they raise interest rates, the bank literally like 2 days later sends you a letter going, oh, the rates have gone up. And they put your rates up, right? So America has 30-year fixed debt. That is really, in an inflationary world, that's really powerful, man. So I bought a lot of properties in 2020, 21. I bought them distressed for cash, fixed them up, put a tenant in place. Then you do a cash out refinance, right? And because I bought them distressed and I fixed them, I generally got all my money back out. Then I put a 30-year debt on it, and I got like a lot of debt, like 4.25% interest. And I'm gonna sit on that forever, man, because every single month my tenant's paying the rent and it's paying down that debt, it's paying off principal,
Right.
but inflation's going up. So I'm not betting that housing's going to go up. I'm betting that the dollar's going to go down, right? So as that dollar goes down, in 10 years' time, I'll be paying the same amount of money on principal interest, and that money's going to feel like nothing, and that debt is like inflating away. So I think real estate's really powerful because of the debt and because a tenant pays down that debt. And you combine that, I ain't selling my rentals, man.
I guess the only thing that would be scary in that situation is just making sure you have those tenants and making sure you're keeping them full, because then at the end of the day, that's coming out of your pocket, right?
Yeah, you need to keep it full. You need to have some reserves, right? So you need to be able to like I said, like a few of my properties went negative during the insurance time, and that's okay. I didn't mind. I pretty much had, because I'd refinanced all my money out, I really had no money in it. So if I spent a couple grand out of my own pocket into that rental for the year, I mean, I'm fine with that. I got no money in it anyway.
Just like like buying like a fridge or something, or
yeah,
replacing
the
with
water
light bulbs,
heater,
whatever,
you know. So you do need some. You need to have some spare money so that you can fund that. But if you can hold it long term, I mean, it's going to pay down. Like, so even when I made some negative cash flow, I didn't lose money because the principal pay down, like, because every month, like, I might have lost a little bit, but the tenant is also paying down the principal I owed on the mortgage. So that's actually higher than what I was losing. So I am sort of like, think about it as saving.
Yeah.
But you need to be careful. I mean, I buy a lot of properties from people that can't hold on to them. So like, if it gets bad, you can need to sell it.
That's interesting. I was always interested in the real estate just because of like the tax benefits and everything that you can get, and obviously commercial is more the way to go nowadays rather than residential. But it's just interesting to hear someone who's actually in it and their take on it. Just because I don't know right now. I mean, the interest rate on my house, I'm paying like 8.5%.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like. It's just like, right, like, and I'm talking with the people, and they want. I'm trying to refinance right now, and they're like, yeah, we could get you down to 6.1%. I'm like, okay, well, how much does that take off? And then how much will I come out of my pocket? And whenever they talking to you at first, they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll be able to refinance in a year, and it's not gonna be no problem. And then they'll tell you about, oh, well,
you got the closing costs.
Yeah,
and
then
all
you got
that.
okay, so then you get hit with a $7,000 hit,
and all they're doing is adding that to your back end.
yeah, and I'm just like,
does
it even make sense to go down $300 or $400?
I wouldn't go that jump. Now, if the interest, I would say this: if
If
the
it goes
interest
down like
rates go to
3%,
4, or if
3.
you go in half,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because the holding, like people always refinance, and there's a benefit of refinancing if it goes down, but the problem is you reset the amortization schedule,
Correct.
right? So you want to wait till it's a really good payoff, because in that time, that paying down, like every month you're paying the same payment, but you're paying more the principal. For me, that's valuable. So I prefer to buy more and not refinance and just like hold on to them for longer. And again, that 30-year fixed rate, man, I'm telling you, like, I try to shake Americans and just go like, man, it's so good. We don't even know how good we got it. It's like, yeah, it's like, no, it's so good, man. Only country in the world that has it, man. It's so.
Well, look,
powerful.
they were talking about going, which is crazy. I mean, I don't know,
50 year.
50. I mean, that
I would love it. It's
No,
crazy.
no,
that's gonna ruin. That's gonna ruin us. You think
I know.
Americans are bad now when it comes to spoiled shit like that? Listen, you're talking about. Most people don't outlive. They're not gonna. You know how many
For real.
The 50.
I mean, let's be honest.
The 50-year rate, you do the math on it, you end up paying like, let's just say it's a $300,000 house. You're probably gonna pay like $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Once it's all said and done, off of a 50-year,
Yeah.
off of a 50-year.
But that's crazy.
And
I mean,
It's really dumb, right? So it's really dumb. But so what I've learned.
But from a business standpoint, like you said.
I've learned. I don't really complain about the dumb stuff the government does, right? Because it does a lot of dumb stuff. I just try to position myself to benefit, right? So 50-year mortgage is dumb. It's stupid. But if they did it, I tell you, all my properties, I could sell them for higher.
Yeah.
So I would just like, I think it's dumb. They shouldn't do it. But
It's
if they
almost
do
like a
it,
double-edged
I'll take
sword.
it.
Where,
You'll play the game.
I'll play the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's inflation, man. That's why like the government's always printing money. They're inflating them. They're creating inflation, which makes your dollar go down. It sucks. I hate it. Like, it's bad policy, but I'll benefit from it because by having the real estate with debt, inflation helps me. As they inflate, the value of the debt I owe is easier to pay. So again, I'm positioned for the benefit from it.
But does it not kind of I'm just asking because I'm trying to like catch up here where you at. Does it not kind of balance out though because the effect of the dollar is lower, so therefore you don't have as much purchasing power whenever you're talking about that?
Yes, but absolutely. But the rent goes up with the inflation, and the value goes up with the inflation. So I'll give it to you a real simple way, right? If you bought a property today, and let's just say in 10 years' time it doubled, okay? So yes, the value of your property is double, but if you sold it, you're still going to buy the same amount of cars. Like if everything else is doubled, you haven't really got ahead. You haven't got behind. But if you bought that with debt and you had a 30-year fixed interest, in 10 years' time, the value's doubled, but what you owe stayed the same. You've actually fixed your biggest expense because the rents go up, but the interest payment doesn't go up. So the debt is the hedge against inflation. And that, for me, that's the play. That's why I like rentals.
Just the bigger gap that you can get, the bigger margin that you can have right there.
Well, what ends up happening is, look, like you said, the value increases. So all you do at that point, you use the equity to go start buying other properties, and you just keep rolling it. That's exactly what.
Yeah. So I hate inflation. Inflation is a tax on people. Like it destroys people's wealth. It destroys their savings. I hate it. But again, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to because I'm not going to change that. I'm just going to position myself to benefit from it. So, that's the best way to play it.
It's just crazy though. It just goes to show like you can't ever get complacent. You always have to keep up and keep on learning and always stay in the game. I had somebody tell me that whenever I was very, very young. It was actually one of my uncles. He was in safety, and they were sending him out to, I want to say, like Poland or Norway, somewhere around there. And he had a binder. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be in school the next 2 weeks. And this is like a 50-year-old man. I was like, what you talking about, uncle? What you talking about, uncle? Like, you going to school? He's like, dude, he's like, you got to realize, but whenever you get older, he's like, you never stop learning about just whatever you're doing. You never have to stop learning because everything is constantly changing.
Yep.
And then that goes in. You said that you was in the marketing world. Dude, with the marketing world, I'm getting a blast from the past right now, hard with it, just because I was the main one who was doing everything at one point. I wore all the hats. I did every single thing. Well, today I'm looking at some stuff, trying to get some things figured out with some of my employees, and dude, the entire layout of the page has changed. And I'm talking about this is within a year span. Yep. And I'm like, I'm looking at this stuff. And I'm like, this used to be called something else. Now it's called account something.
Yep.
And I'm just like, why? Like, what's like, but it's just everything is
changing.
evolutionizing. So, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But as far as like the technology world goes, I think that all needs to slow down a little bit.
Oh, man, it's moving fast, isn't it? All the AI, it's moving fast,
It's moving too fast, man. And it makes it almost like, just unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
And it's just like even Anthropic came out the other day and they said that we need to chill out with AI and that we need to like take a pause on the AI race because we have AIs out there they gave it a problem. They had 2 researchers study the same problem. Those 2 researchers was able to get, I think, through like 27 or 37, somewhere around there, percent of it done within a 2-week period. AI got it done with complete success within like a 2-hour period with like a 97% completion rate.
It is crazy. Yeah, I've used a lot of I used ChatGPT a fair amount to like help me think things out. And there was a point where I'm like, it sped up my brain. I was like, my mind was thinking so fast because it comes back at you so fast, and you can things that would take. Because I used to have data scientists, and I'd ask people questions, and like they'd go and get me information, but it takes time. Whereas I'm like, the answers come back so fast, and you just.
I love it and then I hate it though because I feel like it's making a lot of people very dependent and weak because. Yeah. I used to go, and if I need to figure something out, I would go search and do some research and all. Now I just go on AI, and I'm just like, this, and then all of a sudden I get an answer. But then at the end of the day, not all these answers are correct, right? Because you're just reading what somebody else and put it and already talked to it, and it's just giving you an answer based off of those things or whatever information it's pulling off of different sources, right?
Yeah.
With however the algorithm reads.
And then you ask your boss a question, and instead of him like thinking through and giving you an answer, he sends you a screenshot of Chat GPT.
And then it's just like, but then I'm just thinking like, all right, where's all the creativity going? Now is everybody about to start just sounding like each other and being like each other? And
Well, I think it's got to be used as a tool, though, because I could see.
You're right. No, you're right. It does.
But look, too many people want to rely on it, but I can see in your situation, like you said, when you moved here. I mean, I know it wasn't it just recently, but like you said, you didn't know anybody. You don't know the regulations, and it's different. So I guess in a way, it could probably help you without having to go. But I mean, by that time, you probably assembled a.
Well, I got a view on how to use AI, right? Like, so for me, I use ChatGPT a lot, but I view it like an employee, okay? Like, it's smart. It's like if you hire someone, you don't hire someone and go, cool, you're smart, go do stuff, and just assume that everything they say is right. Right?
Yeah, you gotta check it.
You gotta question them, like, why are you saying that? Why do you think that? What are some other options? Like, have you thought about X? Have you thought about like that's how you would play with an employee. So for me, I do ChatGPT the same. I don't just go, tell me an answer. I'm gonna go, okay, great. I'm like, what about this? Did you consider X? Give me some options.
How did you get to this conclusion?
Yeah, so if you use it that way, you need to be responsible for the answer. You don't need to, you can't just accept it, right? But if you question it, just like an employee, you can the employee is going to give you good information, but you're going to make a call at the end of the day, and you're going to be responsible for that call.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way.
So like with the other thing that I've been seeing too is they have all these major corporations that's completely telling their employees, quit using AI, quit using I think one company went through like $500 million worth of like
credits.
Credits and shit. And
yeah.
then you just got all these other people that they got companies completely just telling all of their people like, do not use the AI unless you need to, and they just slashing budgets left and right. And then now, all of the over half of the data centers that they planned on building are completely getting canceled or pushed back.
Yep.
So it's working to push back, I guess, for the American people that don't want it here. But
I'm the reverse. I tell my employees to use ChatGPT. I'm like, you use ChatGPT, and I've been training them to do more of it. But
with
yes.
us, it's sketchy. Like I tell them use it as a tool, but don't rely on it.
As long as you own, you can't outsource decisions to ChatGPT. You can't be like, hey, so that's the answer, and if it's wrong, that was ChatGPT's fault. No, it's your fault.
Right.
If you own it and just use it as a tool, just like going to Google, you can go to Google and research. Like, I think of ChatGPT too, it's just like Google. It is, you're speaking to Google, it's just a way to interact really efficiently. You don't just go to Google and see the first thing and go, that's the answer. You need to apply some discernment and figure it out.
All right, so that's where you come from a different age. I come from a different age as well. I came into school and they taught us these things like you just said. You go on Google and you go click through different articles and you go to page 2. You want to know how many kids are going to page 2 on Google these days?
Yeah, probably not. I'm feeling lucky.
Oh my, dude! I'll be willing to bet $1 million that I don't have right now.
Yep.
That less than 10% of people click on page 2 of Google.
You're probably right.
I mean, it got so bad when I was teaching English, and these kids would use either ChatGPT or Google to answer all their stuff for every assignment. And they would swear to me up and down that they didn't cheat. I had one kid freak out swearing he didn't cheat. Like, how you going to accuse me? He was raising a fuss and everything. I said, you know how I know you cheated? I typed the exact question from the prompt into Google, and his word for word, what he typed out, just what was right there on the top.
Hey, that's okay. Look, I'll be honest. I feel cheated myself. You know what? That's bullshit. I went through college and high school without ChatGPT. That's some bullshit. I'm gonna tell you right now. Right now, I would have leveled up so much more than I did back in the day. Oh, listen,
Bro,
this dude always talking so much shit.
This
This dude ass didn't need no ChatGPT. That motherfucker was taking his fucking teachers out on the boat and shit.
That's all hearsay. That's all hearsay. Listen, here nor there.
You want to go on a fishing trip today? Let's skip class.
Exactly.
Listen, but yeah, I wouldn't have to do all that if I had ChatGPT.
The good old-fashioned cheating, man. That was the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Right. I mean,
You're
damn,
gonna cheat,
man.
you're gonna put some effort in, man.
I gotta go spend a whole day on the boat with this old ass man.
Man.
No, that's funny.
Girls don't have to go into the teacher's office after class and offer benefits anymore. They can just use ChatGPT.
Well, no, they go into the office for different reasons. Now all the teachers are fucking all the kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how they used to do it.
Damn. Where was all these teachers back in the day?
No,
That's crazy.
The problem is that it's been happening even back in the day. It's just not.
Yeah, but not as much. Well, no, I think they were.
It's probably more. It's just now we have all access to social media and all these other internet sources.
But then I guess then the question is though, like if the ChatGPT's got all the answers, like do you need to do it the old way? Like I don't know. It's like I got a calculator, man. I can like figure that out. Do I need to use the abacus to do that?
I mean, if you think about it like that, then it's just like, fuck school. Let's just quit sending our kids to school. We got calculators. They don't even know how to do divide and multiply. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, you're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket when you're older, man. You got to learn how to do this.
I had that Mario game on my calculator. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all know about that? You loaded that Mario game and all the fucking the game. You never had the
I had the big. Did you talk about the $100 graphing calculator?
Yeah, man. We used to flash them things with. Oh yeah, used to have this.
I could just like write boobs. You could write boobs on the
calculator. We used to have a smart Asian kid, and he would like flash everybody's calculator with like he'd plug it in and do some shit. And
that dude was freaking.
We had Mario, Snake, all them.
Yeah.
Those graphing calculators that they made you get.
Oh yeah, you can put like all kind of shit in games.
Yeah, those graphing calculators. The only reason were probably like $100 was because they had the capabilities to do something like that. Like them things, there was no reason for them things to be $100.
I don't even think I used it for math.
No.
I think I just played Mario and Snake on it.
And then they were like, well, it was a necessity to buy. So like everybody, dude, I would love to know how much that company made throughout the years of school.
Look, we used to store notes on it.
Yes.
Now they all got iPads and tablets in class, and I hated that as a teacher because half my job was monitoring the little thing where I could see their screens and see what they were doing. That was half the job because you look away for 2 seconds and they're sending messages to each other. What they would do is open up a Google Sheets and they'd like share it so they could just type stuff into that. And then they're playing games half the time. And then they come up with ways to hide it from the screen. So I spent half the class not even teaching, just trying to make sure they weren't dicking around on the iPad.
Man, dude, that's dumb though, because like, what if them kids are talking about like something?
They weren't.
But like, that's why you pass notes. You know what I mean? Like that, you could get rid of the evidence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You meant what if they were talking about inappropriate? Yeah. They were. That was the problem. I thought you were gonna say, what if they were talking about stuff relevant to class? They weren't.
No chance. No chance.
Unrelevant to class.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, how have you been able to utilize it so far in your new business that you have now? Because obviously you're using it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I use it very much as strategy thinking, like asking lots of questions. So just speeding up, like thought, data stuff, like things that you use data scientists for.
Kind of market analysis type.
Market analysis. We're starting to, John, one of the guys that works for me is in charge of operations and growth, and he's starting to use it to code. Some like he's using Claude to create some Python code to like just automate some of our processes and stuff.
Vibe coding.
So
that's what they call it.
Well, yeah, but he's actually building real code in, but it's I mean, you got to use the tool. It's an advantage, I'm trying to like just increase output. I'm not trying to replace people, trying to just like get people to be able to do more.
Right.
Yeah. Have a lean organization that's like getting more and more output.
Where are y'all at right now? Like, what level is your business? Like, are y'all at like a 5-year mark? Where are y'all at right now?
So we started like about 2019. So we've been at it like 7 years. We closed our 250th real estate deal in Louisiana about a month or two ago. We've been expanding like geographically. So we started in New Orleans. I live in New Orleans, so that was our base. We expanded to Baton Rouge maybe about 2 years ago. We now are pushing into Mississippi. We really like the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And we started Home Buyer Mississippi in January this year. So we're trying to be like regional, not trying to like go too far too fast, but trying to just get into new markets and help diversify. Like we said about the bad markets, when New Orleans was really bad, Baton Rouge was actually pretty hot. So Baton Rouge saved our ass a bit when New Orleans was down. and now New Orleans is picking up. And so we're trying to get into a few different markets so that like one's going to be up, one's going to be down.
Well, I can only imagine the Mississippi one. That's going to steadily be growing.
Yeah.
I mean, what they got right there? That's Baytown,
Yeah, Bay St.
Gulfport.
Louis.
That's what it is. Bay St. Louis, Gulfport,
Yeah.
Biloxi.
Yeah, they're great markets, man. They're like they're still affordable. It's still affordable coast living. Like there's a lot of infrastructure going on in there. Mississippi's a really really good market. Yeah, so we're pushing into that, and we created our own brand for it. We're really trying to push into that hard.
I mean, I think you'd have some success there advertising Biloxi homes to people from outside of Mississippi, because no one outside of like Louisiana and Mississippi knows what the hell Biloxi is. I tell this to my friends, talk about Biloxi and the casinos and the fun stuff to do there, and they're like, "What, in Mississippi of all places?"
Well, it's so nice
No
too.
idea.
It's only like an hour and a half away. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a quick, easy hop, skip, and a jump to a little mini vacation.
I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook complain and saying that it's just as expensive now to go right there to Mississippi or even to go to Florida. It's like you might as well pay the same price and you could go to another country. Like that's how expensive
Yeah, I
it
don't
is
know
right
about
now.
Yeah,
that.
but if
I
you're
find
looking to
that
go
too.
to Vegas and you can't afford Vegas, Biloxi, I mean, it's the Vegas of the South. That's what I call it. And the table prices are lower, the hotels are way, way cheaper, and they've got all the same stuff. So it makes more sense.
Mississippi's still pretty cheap. I mean, Florida's expensive. Alabama's been blowing up. Like that's getting more pricey. But Mississippi's still pretty good value. Yeah.
Now I know you had mentioned earlier, and you might have said this. I wouldn't. On the real estate side, are you doing commercial too, or no? Or you didn't even dive into that yet?
Really, just residential. We'll do commercial in terms of like apartment buildings like that, but not.
But
not,
it's all rentals as far as living wise.
Yeah,
Not any kind of company rental. You know, not.
Yeah, we're really rentals, flips. I mean, I do have a short term rental in New Orleans. It's not really something I sort of. It's actually the rental. When I first came here for that 6 months, I stayed in an Airbnb for 6 months, and I ended up putting a lease on it. And then I ended up buying it. So like I've actually owned that. So that's still an Airbnb. So it just sort of fell in my lap. But that's really the only short term rental I have.
Are there more difficult areas? I mean, outside of New Orleans, I know you had mentioned you had a place in Houma for a bit that you were renting out or something like that.
Yeah, the areas are all. I mean, we like most areas. I really like Ascension Parish. Like, I think is a strong area right now. Just like the whole Hyundai steel mills going in there. There's just a lot of investment. I think Ascension's like a really good market. Like
I thought
Gonzales.
did they not pause the residential building in Ascension Parish?
Well, they're still building, but we're not really building new as much. We're mainly rehabbing.
Yeah,
So for me, they're doing the Hyundai's got that $5.6 billion investment in a steel mill on the west bank of Ascension Parish, and they're doing a whole manufacturing complex there. So for me, I'm excited about that and the employment. It's got like 1,400 full-time jobs, which is pretty huge. And that I think is for Gonzales and the areas around it. I think is really strong. So I'm really liking Ascension Parish as a good market right now.
Yeah. That's always a good place. I mean, that's where they got like a lot of those plants and stuff too. That's all Gonzales area. No, Gonzales is Gonzales considered Ascension?
Yeah, Gonzales is Ascension. It's
Ascension,
Yeah, it's in that vicinity.
Yeah, it's across but it's still Ascension. But Louisiana itself, by the way, Louisiana like has been pretty bad for a while. I'm actually really bullish on Louisiana in general. Like it missed a lot. Like obviously, Texas boomed, Florida boomed, and Louisiana didn't. But I think Louisiana is catching like the next wave. Because the next wave of investment it's real manufacturing. It's like all the energy you got.
I think.
Well, look at all the recent stuff.
We got Jeff Landry just came down here, and we had like a breakfast thing that we actually did the event for him for it. And I want to say he said, and I might be completely wrong, but I know it's up there. But I want to say they said something about $60 billion coming into the state of Louisiana just this year, and that's between the LNG plant that they're building already in Plaquemines Parish. They're building another LNG plant. Where that's at, right there in Fouchon or something like that.
Kind of in between, yeah. I think
in
it's
between,
right.
So, and that one's even gonna be bigger than the one before.
Yeah.
And now they got the talks of the SpaceX thing. Well, they
Yeah.
the rumors of the space. They didn't come out and say it, but the land got bought out.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about this. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
Pecan Island, man. That's
Yeah. So
That's your boy. That's ethanol.
yeah. So
anyway,
they-
I didn't say pecan. You'll catch that because once I came here,
I was about to say,
I
you
ordered,
did
I ordered
it.
one of those lazy magnolias, and I said, like, can I get one of the pecan? And the whole bar just like stopped and laughed in my face, and I'm like, oh, okay, man, all right. So I'm now like a pecan.
Well, I think that just goes back to like the Louisiana just thick, over exaggerating their A's. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going on a boat with my daddy. We just did it the last podcast. You know, it's just that them A's. We what do we do when we drag them out?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
gotta
in
be
a way.
pecan. But yeah, that looks real, man. Like it's obviously not confirmed, but it looks like it's
So
happening.
basically, the site, wherever a mass amount of land or whatever, I don't know how many acres, but they said that it got sold. Well, somebody went on the the assessor's thing or whatever and looked up who purchased it, and it so happened to have SpaceX's name tied to it.
Yeah, it's an employee of SpaceX.
So
And there's a big track that Exxon used to own that's letting it go. It's like
correct.
It's
So they
pretty
follow
much
the bouncing
happening.
ball basically, and they're like, "Hold up, is this a coincidence?" And then they just did a regulation
Yeah, they
change.
changed that regulation.
They
Lenny.
changed the regulation to allow. I don't even remember the regulation, but they just to make it, I guess, more accessible for SpaceX and these different companies to build in Louisiana.
Well, I mean, we have been in Louisiana. We've been building a lot of the like rocket components. That
but that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. But
Yeah, Michoud.
but now they're. I think they're building. The regulations are more to test the rockets and launch.
They
So-
don't think they're going to launch from Pecan Island though.
Okay.
Although that is what that
The
law
regulation
passed.
was,
But
yeah.
they reckon that Pecan Island is like it's logistically really awesome because you can bring the party in on the water. But they don't think it's great for launching for some reason with the weather. But it'll bring a lot of investment. It makes sense too. It's in between. They got things in Texas and in Texas and Florida. So.
yeah.
You know, and you got obviously Meta's building that massive data
Yeah,
center. That's
that's-
huge.
yeah, they're
That
building
is huge.
Well, not even that, but look at Amazon. Look how big Amazon and they just put that big automated facility, I think, in Baton Rouge.
Yep. They got a big facility in Slidell too.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
just-
and their AWS is their web servers. They're building a data center up near Bossier, the Shreveport.
So I mean, look,
Yeah,
this-
but it kind
there's
of freaks me out with all these data centers. Like you see what it takes to run these data centers, and it's just like, would this mess up our way of living? Like,
They're building a lot. Yeah, they are building a lot of energy for it, and there is that concern, you know, like around environment and water usage and stuff.
but I was saying just to cool them is like going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
We
why.
got water. We're cool.
Well, no, but what
they
they were
need
saying
fresh
was,
water for some reason.
Yeah.
These AI data centers need clean drinking water to go through them or whatever.
well, this is what they
We
were
live in the
saying.
swamps.
But they
We
were
got fresh
saying,
water.
It's not like that.
They were saying China or one of those countries is trying to put them underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah.
Well, some of them were saying underwater. I saw Elon Musk saying
Talk about
something on Twitter,
space.
space, and then I seen somebody else just make a comment like, if we're in such need of all these data centers, why don't we build some in like Greenland or somewhere like that, or Antarctica?
yeah, maybe it's cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cold already.
Yeah,
But I think the technology will improve on how they call it. Like I do, you know, the investment's welcome. There is, I don't know all the side effects, but the investment is welcome. I do really think that Louisiana's open for business. Governor Landry definitely has been attracting businesses. They've kicked a lot of goals in what they're doing. So like and Louisiana has a workforce. It's got like people that know how to put things together and build things. So like I just think it's exciting for Louisiana. I think it's been down, you know, for a while. It hasn't caught the same trends as everyone else. So you know, I'm excited about that, and you know, having real estate in the area, like you get attached to that growth. So I'm excited. I think a lot of Louisianans are like negative because like they've had a lot of like negative in the past, but like all the things I see about the future are pretty positive, I think.
But that's the key to fixing a lot of the like oil field dependency that we have down here. Because I mean, the whole state, if the oil field, it's always up and down, and when it goes down, everybody and every job suffers just because we're so tied to that. Having some other industries around, more jobs to fill, will make it so. I mean, it's still good when the oil field's up, but when it's down, you don't have the whole state scrambling to find work. You know.
Yeah. That is definitely a positive on it, I would say. It's just I don't know. Is cancer worth it? That's how I think.
I mean, that
that's how I
part,
think
yeah.
about.
Damn, Nick, way to bring the whole fucking podcast down, my guy. God damn, okay.
I'm just saying.
Who's got the cancer? Can you clarify that?
The people who live within the proximity
Yeah, no,
of all
it's
these
tough,
places.
it's
I mean,
Well, you got
already
it.
Louisiana is already considered like we have Cancer Alleyway.
Cancer Alley, yeah.
We have all these different places. My fiance actually did her final school project on based on where you live at in Louisiana. What's your likelihood of having cancer? And there's one parish in Louisiana that is like below point, below like a percent, right?
Yeah.
And that one parish happens to not have one single plan in it. The closest one is like, I want to say like 50 miles away or something like that. I don't know, some crazy stuff. And I don't know, I actually watched her present it, and it was just crazy just to hear like all of the different rates. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, God damn, like what are
Can
we
we
doing?
can we cut that? I don't want you to scare SpaceX away, dude. They're gonna need welders and cranes.
They're not getting scared away from that. I promise you.
Yeah, they're not. But I mean, yeah, that's a consideration for sure. Yeah.
Well, now that we're all down and sad, let's transition on to something.
No, I'm
fucking
just
nice,
wondering.
Nick.
Well, I'm just wondering how is
No,
this
it's
gonna affect everything else? Like even the fishing life and the culture, like what you said you came down here for. I mean, we just had that big old oil spill right there down the bayou. Which one oil spill was that? Do you know the name of it?
I mean, we're really gonna call it out.
Oh,
No, I don't-
okay, we don't have to.
I mean,
It was just an oil spill.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah.
I don't know the name of what the oil spill, but they had an oil spill recently, and all of the fishermen and
Yeah.
stuff are taking videos of like oysters with just oil caked up on
Yeah, I
them, or
saw
trying
that.
to digest them, and the crabs. I mean, the fish, everything. So it's just
Look, I think every industry and whatnot has its upsides and downsides. I mean, it's just about. I mean, I think you can pretty much attach that to anything.
all right. But this is my next question for you,
here we
okay?
go.
Well, now we'll start getting into the conspiracies.
Let's go.
They already said that they have a data center that's built that can literally record every single phone call, text message, Instagram search, any single thing of whatever of the entire world for the next 500 years. That they have that capability of the amount of storage in that one data center. One data center provides that for the next 500 years. What are we storing, and what do we need this many data centers for?
We want to create photos, man. I want to tell it to create a photo of my dog as a caricature. So like we're using it for other reasons, which is why they need more data centers. What do they got that information for? I don't know, man. You tell me, man. Because
Hold on, don't let it fool you. This dude probably got. I guarantee he's got a couple thousand pictures of his poodles in the fucking data center. I
it's your
promise you
fault,
right
man.
now.
It's your poodles,
Look,
man.
oh, yeah,
And you
yeah.
want more. You
No,
want more.
that-
It's insatiable.
That's all I'm saying is if it can.
What are you
if it
saying?
Can, if it can uphold one data center can uphold that many years of memory, just for the entire world. What do we need more than just one data center for? That's my question.
Well, it's true. I mean, I guess you've also got competing people, right? So, like, you think about the like Meta's building a massive one, right? Amazon's building one. So,
Yeah, but hold on. What is
some of them
the
are going to be
statistic
redundant.
on that? How many people are we talking about? You're saying one data center for what?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world?
Everybody in the world, yeah, for the next 500 years.
Yeah, who said that?
Yeah, but you also got to consider they're making new, more advanced AIs that are going to require
'Cause, I mean,
bigger data ranges. So they might be making it for the advanced AI that comes out in 5-6 years.
Well, yeah, you say that, but then
That's gonna need more
but
power.
My rebuttal to that would be, so I saw somebody post a picture the other day of like a memory card. So like 15, 20 years ago, like whatever 2006 was, 20 years ago.
Don't say that. That hurts.
No, so 20 years ago, 2006.
That old.
The cards that we have, like our micro SDs and all that we keep in our cameras, they used to read MBs, megabytes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Now we in gigabytes
Yeah.
and terabytes, and we're only figuring out how to shrink this information down
Yeah,
to
but
be able
look
to
how
have
much-
more space.
Look how much data this one, like for instance, this podcast tonight. Look how much data this one podcast
yeah, this is
going
gonna
to
be
take
about
up.
1 terabyte of information.
That's what I'm saying, though. But what my point is,
how many different people you got.
well,
doing
look,
it.
Because
this is just one
we
of
got
us.
better cameras that require more
I mean, this is
data
just one
for a better
podcast.
product.
Look how much video and
I hear you though, but like our data, we have a data center. Our data center is in our closet. That's not on. Our stuff ain't going on to no data center and Wherever.
But I think you are right in that there's going to be overinvestment. No one knows like how much but everyone's racing, right? If you think about like the internet in 2000, man, like everyone was racing, building websites and all these massive valuations.
It was a big crash supposed to happen.
And like there was a tech crash in 2000 because everyone overinvested in the internet. But out of that, you get Amazon, Google, Facebook. So this is a race. AI is a boom, and it is booming, and people are building. And some of these companies are going to build data centers that are like, why did you do that? That business went out of business. But there's going to be some winners, and so the money's flowing, and they're racing.
And like you said, I agree with that. I think some of them are gonna. It's whoever's gonna get there first, and then some of them are gonna die off.
Winner takes all, man. That's the business. You got to race. You know, like and that is economic. Like that's the business cycle. Like creative destruction. You sort of race. You're chasing, but like some of those businesses are going to die. Some of that investment is going to be malinvestment, and but like it's worth it for the thing that figures it out, and they've got the data center that.
All right. Well, then let's talk about this. Since you're a homeowner, multiple properties, and we're talking about data centers. Did you see how NVIDIA is starting to pay people to put the data centers in their homes?
Yeah, that's
Is that something that you would ever be into or open to doing?
I did see that. I didn't read all the details. So I've seen it online. It is interesting. I mean, I wouldn't want it really in my house. I do like rental properties, and I do think income streams though. So like talk to me about maybe some of these rental properties, like how much
It'd be
you're
like
paying
the
me.
billboards. Okay, somebody puts a billboard on your easement on your property, and they pay you a monthly fee for the rental. I'm sure that's how it's going to be set up.
Were they saying something about
it?
it's
It
supposed
looks
to
about the size of a generator.
Well, yeah, it says it's supposed to offset your cost of your electricity, and that technically, like, it'll pay you or whatever for using the electricity that it uses, and then also for you being able to house it there. But you got to pay for the initial unit.
I think it's some of the build. I think it's like Lenaro. I think one of the builders is proposing to build that into their like building subdivisions with those things. Which I mean, it's probably controversial. I don't know what that means for you having that in your house. But I mean, dude, housing affordability is a problem, man. It's like I get it. Like man, housing.
But
is tough.
It's just a proposal for now, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know all the details.
No, I
I've
think
seen
some
it.
people got.
Well, look,
some people have it.
They're gonna talk about it in October is whenever they're gonna release it. But it's because those small data centers use less energy to keep up. They're paying you your electric bill plus whatever
It uses correct. Yeah.
Okay, but let's go.
And they already started.
$1,000 or something.
Yeah.
They talked about.
They started rolling out some of them too. Like some people have them already in their house to like test them and try it.
They're gonna start
Gotcha.
with like 100 people.
'Cause-
Yeah.
One of the things you got to consider with these is like every time they roll out some new technology or something like that, a lot of times it's just a suggestion or an idea. It's like when airlines, you'll see a headline every now and again, and it's like, oh, they're proposing bike seats for the airlines. They took out a patent on that. They take out patents on everything, anything that might be an idea. Now, they're never going to put bike seats in an airline to fit more people, but they still take the patent out. But that makes a clickbaity headline every time. So it's the same with this. You're going to get them saying, oh, this company just took out a patent on it. They're going to start forcing you to have this in your home. It's like, no, it's just they took that idea and they wanted to make sure nobody else got it, just in case.
Look what they did with solar panels on these roofs, on these houses. They did a whole.
I mean, the payoff's not even worth it.
Well,
either.
no. So look, I know somebody that did it. So the deal is, they're like, oh, they market as, oh, you could save a couple $100 off your electric bill a month. But then when they don't tell you on the back end, yeah, they give you a credit, a tax credit and this, whatever. But then you're paying for, I think, like 20, 30 years, you're paying a couple $100 a month. So it's kind of like, if you didn't have the solar panels, you could say, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
it's
that's
kind of like,
been BS.
what is the trade-off?
That's been BS. I've been seeing guys get like solar panels in different areas. I saw this happen in California, and they get enough solar panels, these new high-tech ones that power their whole house. So they shouldn't have an electric bill at all. And then they get a fee from the, not the parish, from the
electric, like Entergy, the electric company.
from the electric company for
But you
not
can't
using
go.
their
You
energy.
can't go off the grid though. It's illegal. I'm pretty sure it's. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
illegal.
it's technically, yeah.
It's
illegal.
just BS. I'm like, why not? It's my house. I can do what the fuck
No,
want
and
to
I
do.
agree. But like
Yeah.
just like the water, you have to have water at your property. You can't go off the grid. Like in this like it's illegal.
And then it's also illegal to collect rainwater now.
Really?
No,
not-
that's been illegal
Yeah.
for a while.
It's
Wait,
for
what?
it's been for a
Is it
while.
Turbo and
What?
Parish or
Everywhere.
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 Man.
It's because of all the chemical plants and everything else and the acidity that goes up into the air. And it's like really not safe to drink it. Like you have to process
is
it.
scary.
That's
I know
what they
people
say,
that
but they
have
got
them
people
and
who
stuff.
get it and process
Yeah.
it to clear the water, and they still want to fine you because they don't want you to be able to get their own water. They
I'm
want you
gonna
to
tell you
have
though,
to pay
They
for
were
it.
giving out water things not long ago in NOLA. That would make sense. They were giving out these like painted ones, but I mean,
Water is it. You can smell. So like I had a camp that we used to go to on Lake Verret, and we had the rain collector where we would collect water or whatever, and then it would go through like this filter to just get the bad stuff out of it, and then come straight on us. You could smell the difference of rainwater, like concentrated like that, compared to just clean fresh water that you would have sourced.
Okay.
Every time we went, I used to hate bathing at the camp or showering or whatever. Just because I remember I would.
Well, look how harsh the water is. Like if you have, that's why you got to put filters on everything. Because if not, you get all the calcium build up and the chlor. I mean, the chlorine and shit they put in to kill all the germs and the bacteria.
Well, the water here is not too safe. I know, like when I lived in New York City, they have some of the cleanest water because they have to do all this crazy filtration because you got hundreds, if not thousands, of people in an apartment building. So if something goes wrong with that water, you got an entire
Shit, maybe that's why we all fucked up down here.
No,
I drank out the water hose when I was young.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but y'all got like brain-eating amoebas, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they get
Think
this
about
in New
how long the
Orleans.
water been sitting in that water hose probably weeks at a time, and you just go hit that.
Well, I don't know if they got this in New Orleans, but we got like the brain-eating amoeba, and you get the water boil warnings and
Yeah, we
stuff.
get that
Dude, that
every
blew
now
my
and then.
mind.
we get
when I
water
came
balls
down
all the
here.
time.
That's terrifying.
My grandpa, rest in peace. He's passed away a couple years now, but he was in Grand Isle and he got the flesh. Well, like while he was towards the end of his life. But like we were still taking him out like fishing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he could still like move around and do stuff. He just had Parkinson's.
Okay.
So he just like would shake a lot and he was trying to figure out his stuff or whatever. Well, he went down and like he like nibbed himself or something with the hook or something while he was baiting it up, and he like washed his hand in the water. Sure enough, in the hospital the next like day because he had a
Flesh-eating one?
flesh-eating bacteria virus. It ate up his hand from like right here all the way to like right here on his arm, and they like skin grafted him and I had to take that off. Yeah, it was crazy.
Isn't that why you had that surgery the other day to pull the amoeba out? They had to get their brain amoeba
No,
out.
he had that brain-eating amoeba for years.
I'm telling you, man, Louisiana's scarier than Australia, man. You got more things that'll kill you here, man.
Is the water cold in Australia or hot?
Is the water cold or hot? Like the swimming water?
Ocean water.
I mean, they have hot water. They have water
It
heaters.
depends. In summer it's warm. In summer it's nice. In winter it's cold.
Well, I'm
But,
just
yeah.
wondering too, because I know they just saw that they just had that I forget what it's called, the thermal whatever that's coming towards this way instead of that way. So
Gotcha.
we about to experience. They saying the United States is about to experience the coldest winters it's ever experienced before, and I believe Australia is about to experience the hottest summers
Ooh,
that they ever experienced before, and like England and
They're
like,
gonna cop it.
That makes me want to ask. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this. The what is it? The European athletes who are all complaining about the heat down here. They're always saying, "Oh, Americans don't understand heat," and then they come down here and they're losing it. They're at soccer because it's FIFA or something like that.
World Cup.
And these guys are like dying on the field just because of the heat. The
think it's-
Australians got to be
it's
fine with it though,
humidity.
huh?
Well, it's just so Australia. We don't get the same extremes as y'all, and we get about as hot temperature wise, but it's not the humidity's not there. So most Australians, like a lot of us, don't have AC. Like you wouldn't think of not having AC here, right?
crazy.
You couldn't live without AC. So we normally didn't have AC. If it got hot, we'd open our windows because you get an ocean breeze. Like the breeze. If you open the windows in here, you're gonna die, man.
Could you basically compare Australia to Hawaii as far as like same atmosphere? Because that's how it was in Hawaii. We had to keep the windows.
Hawaii's more humid though.
Well, we
sure.
just kept the windows open. There was no ACs in Hawaii.
Yeah, the window. Yeah, in
Windows.
Australia, window. There's a few nights when it's too hot, and you might pull out like a fan, But that's a couple nights. Mainly the windows, nice breeze, Yeah, very different to here. But then we don't have the AC, so we got to. When it's hot, if we're having a hot summer, it's gonna be tough for us because we won't have AC.
Do y'all
You're
just
saying it was
not
more
have
like
AC?
LA,
or y'all
huh?
just
Yeah.
Wait, y'all don't have
like
AC and like
We don't like a lot of us don't people have it, but it's just not like
It's not common?
It's not you don't need it in general. Like so, most people just don't. It's not a
Oh, that's
standard
crazy,
thing.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
Now I used to not think it's crazy, but now I live here. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy because you could not.
Oh
not
yeah,
have
you would
AC.
never be
Well,
able to do it.
that's what they were talking about
Yeah, down here.
in Europe and stuff. Whenever they had all these heat waves these past few years, and they was talking about people are dying or whatever.
Heat waves. It gets up to like 78
70,
degrees,
Well,
80 degrees,
I
and
know,
they're like, it's so
I agree
hot,
with
you don't understand.
But people were still freaking dying.
Because they don't have AC.
Because
You
they
know,
don't have
anything.
no
Yeah, but the
AC.
humidity is what gets us down here.
Yeah.
A drier heat is a lot more tolerable than the humidity. Humidity is what.
But the point is, when it gets hot here, you can go in AC.
I'm not
You're
giving.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not giving them no excuses at all. I'm not saying that.
Don't you dare defend Europeans on this, on this podcast.
I'm not giving them no excuses.
We all hear from countries that left that. We cut that off.
Yes.
Yeah, this man was fighting kangaroos back home. I mean, look, he's
No, I mean, if you want to give them the rundown on that too, that's kind of like
kangaroos?
that misconception, kind of.
Yeah. So most people think we have the kangaroo. Like, we have a lot of kangaroos in Australia for sure, but like, I think the misconception of Australians is that like I meet a lot of Americans who are like, oh, you're from Australia, like you like must be tough and rugged and deal with these like exotic animals. Man, we're all city slickers, man. Like most Aussies are city slickers. We live in the city. We all live in the same area. Like our cities, we're small geographically speaking, we're about the same size as North America, just a little bit smaller. But we're all like, we've only got 28 million people, and we're all like, if you go to Sydney, where I'm from, it's like 4.5 million.
Yeah.
We're all in the city, so we don't see the kangaroos. They're out there.
But you have a lot of wildlife reservations. I would
Because the
assume.
center is straight desert, isn't
yeah.
Well, yeah, the straight desert, and like I mean, I did have an uncle who had a farm, and like they would shoot roos because like they're pests. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
yeah, they started feeding like.
Have you eaten the tails?
Yeah, you can eat them. Like, it's only when I left, it's becoming more popular. They're trying to push it because like there's a lot of them. They're trying to push the room meat. It's not that great, but you can eat it, and I have eaten it. But you don't see them. You don't see it. You don't see the snakes so much in the city. We do have spiders. Yeah, there's lots of spiders. They're colorful. They're big. My daughter freaks out about a spider in Louisiana. She's it's a big spider. I'm like, I don't even have to look. I'm like, it's not big. It's not scary.
Now that's a knife moment.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a spider.
That's it.
and every
Nice
American
reference.
thinks it. Cronkey. You can thank Steve Irwin for that one.
Yeah. I mean,
Y'all not running around chasing stingrays and shit like
those
that.
people exist. Like those people exist, but they're a very small minority, man. Very small minority. I think Louisianans are much more rugged and adaptable. Like you'll like know how to like if the power went out, you guys would survive, right? Like you guys know what to do. Telling you in Sydney where I'm from, if the power went out, like you'd have like 4.5 million people die in like 3 days, man. We wouldn't know what to eat. We wouldn't eat. The supermarkets aren't stocked. Like, yeah, man.
Dude, that's like a. We
And
almost
see, I would think the
we almost
opposite. I would
expect-
think
yeah,
because
we
you
almost
think
expect the power to
you
go
always
out.
see the outback, and you always think
Yeah.
everybody's just like roaming around hunting shit.
Yeah, nah, man. We're in the city. We wouldn't know what to do, man.
Yes.
Yeah, if the shops are closed, we'd be like, what? Like, yeah,
Well,
nah.
I saw that map, like how you was kind of talking about, like all the cities. I saw a map of Australia and showed kind of where they're focused at.
Yeah.
And it was just like how you were saying, just completely dense
Yeah.
cities, and then it's just land. And like
Land.
nobody inhabited it.
It says it's uninhabitable, but like I also say, dude, is Arizona inhabitable? Come on, man. Like it's just you're made inhabitable with ACs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
desert. Like we are mainly desert, but if we really wanted to, I think we could inhabit it, but we don't want to. We all want to live by the beach. We want to live by the coast. It's just how
Makes
we
more
are.
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever had any run-ins with bullet ants or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been bitten by some of the bull ants and stuff. Yeah.
Is it really as bad as they say?
Yeah, it hurts a lot, man. It hurts a lot.
That's
Yeah, it hurts a
crazy.
lot.
That's them big ants.
Yeah. They say when you get bit by it, it feels like getting shot by a bullet. That's
Yeah,
why they
yeah.
got that name.
Yeah, they're tough. My uncle did get bitten by a brown snake, so which is poison. So like maybe got some stories. He almost died actually. Come think about it, but it's not that common. I promise.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
shit, I got bit by an alligator.
There you go.
Yeah,
Did you
but I mean,
really?
it's not. I mean, if you could get away from it, it's
What, the alligator?
not poisonous.
I mean, I went to the emergency room and made sure I got a shot or whatever because they got that bacteria and stuff in their teeth. That's the most dangerous part about getting bit by an
Yeah,
alligator.
well, it's tetanus. You just gotta get a tetanus shot.
Yeah,
You
whatever.
get stabbed by a crackhead and have to go get the same shot.
Didn't you say you got bit by a trouser snake once?
Yeah.
What?
You
Trouser
get-
snake?
Trousers. Like, I don't even know what that is.
That's on the other end of bourbon. You gotta watch.
But are you sure the gator didn't catch anything when it bit you? Is the gator alright? Has anyone checked?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it bit me right here. I had to actually punch it off my wrist.
Did you really?
Yeah, like it was on like a 3 or 4 footer, and we was just catching them, and
The trouser snake or the
literally-
gator? Was it
Yeah,
So,
both
I
of
went,
them.
well, like I wasn't paying attention for a second. I had them in my hands like that, and then I was about to throw them back, and my buddy like just
That's why I had to
distracted me
have
or
the nose
something,
surgery.
and I took one hand off to like throw him with the other hand, but I didn't do it fast enough. Dude, the alligator turned so fast and just clinched onto me right there. I was like, bop, bop, bop. And I
All
finally
right,
let
all
go.
right. I like it.
All right, so I now figured out why Nick's had to have the nose surgery because he's fucking lying because his nose keeps growing and he had to keep cutting it back. That fucking story didn't go like that.
I literally have a picture in my fucking phone.
All right,
And a group of
all right.
people.
We'll give you the benefit
The
of
snake or the
doubt.
gator?
You interested in these snakes, huh?
All right, so I
Get a
got two
little
questions
suspicious.
because I always like to hear the different, because I feel like living this culture, we take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your favorite cultural experience from coming from, kind of when you first got here, and also what is your favorite food that you've become to love?
Okay, so favorite culture experience, definitely Second Line. Man, I don't know if you have them down here, right? But the band Second Line is just, we went to one when we were here on a vacation and just in Uptown and just the dancing, the music, the like freedom.
It's a party.
It's a party. It's a party. It's so fun. So like, we try to go to as many Second Lines as we can.
Second line. Wait.
Second line, when they march with
They
the
march
band
down the street.
playing.
So look, for instance, we were in the city this weekend, and they had the big car show going on.
Yep.
Well, they had a second line on Canal, so we stayed right downtown. And dude, we watched it from outside the hotel. The second line was going down the street.
The
We did
second
one,
line's awesome, but they're like the ones where the tourist things are on, like that's good. But like we leave Uptown and just when you go to the real ones, like it's full of locals. It's like it's just, man, they're just drinking. There's like people on bikes that are selling like shots of alcohol. They got the band. It's just, and everyone's just walking, just is having a good time, man. Like that exists nowhere else. Like if anyone ever comes here and it's like a Sunday and there's a second line on, I'm gonna take him to that. Obviously Mardi Gras, man. I'm like, I live on the parade route, like Uptown Parade. I'm at every single parade. Just love it. That's probably the biggest cultural stuff.
Do you have difficulty explaining to like people from back home Mardi Gras and because everybody here's a parade and it's different from what we have here?
Yeah, man. So I had some friends come over for Mardi Gras, and like I don't think they were in for like they because it's Uptown, man. It's like every day. Like when it's on, it's like there's like days of it, and they came and I think they were like they thought it was awesome, but then they're like, oh, what are we doing today? And I'm like, we're going to the parade, and they're like, again? I'm like, yeah, man. It's like it's Mardi Gras. I ain't going nowhere else. So they wanted to see more New Orleans. I'm like, nah, man. I'm going anywhere. Sorry.
Well, look, it's like you can go as much as you can. And you still learn stuff every time I go. So this weekend we learned something. And we tried to go. We were going to go do it, but I didn't even have time. Have you, since you've been living there, have you heard about some of the cool little clubs and speakeasy things that you can do?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
we're not down here. Tell me about the ones down in Homer and stuff, man.
Well, I don't even know. So look,
You don't have that around.
listen, they don't really have that
Not
on
that
here.
you
But
know, that's the point of a
That's what I'm
speakeasy.
saying. But listen, I heard of one, and the guy was telling us at the hotel, and I want to go try it. So there's like supposedly this vampire one.
That's what I wanted to go to.
So wait, we're gonna try it. We're gonna next time we go to New Orleans. So look, the dude told us how to do it. You got to go to this courtyard. You got to go ask the bouncer. And he's got to tell you the password, and you like going. See, my luck, I'd ask the wrong motherfucker. He'd be like, "The fuck you want?" Like, I'm not this. We're like, so you got to go to a certain spot, and you got to ask the bouncer. You got to say, "Hey, what's the password?" And he'll say, "Follow me." And you walk up, and they take you to this club, and it's like a whole like they'll do. Dude, I found out a hidden sushi place in the back of a taco restaurant. So there's another speaker. No,
Do you want to eat sushi in the back of a taco restaurant? Though
I don't know,
man.
but they say it's like this crazy speakeasy. But they tell you, like, dude, I'm telling you. So, like, there's a rabbit hole to dive down, and then, like, so the guy at the hotel was like telling me all about these speakeasies that you can only access by having certain passwords and going to do these fun little. I don't know, it's crazy, but I was like, that's wild. But we never ended up going to do it.
You gotta be careful. You ask a guy on Bourbon Street, take me to where the vampires are
Well,
at.
that's what I'm saying. Then
They'll
you
bring
get
you to the
mugged
crack house.
Yeah. So.
The best food is easy as well, but like, so I'll tell you, so we did this 8-week trip around America before we moved here, right? So it's sort of when we fell in love with New Orleans. We went all the way up the West Coast, we went down the East Coast, and my wife planned it according to, like, I don't know if you've seen Man vs. Food, where it goes. So we literally ate at all the cool ass places along the way in everywhere. And at the end, my wife's like, what was the best dish you had? And I'm like, man, it was that pasta dish I had in New Orleans at the gumbo shop in New Orleans. And I didn't know why. It was this pasta. And I don't know why it just tasted so different.
It's like a crawfish Monica or something.
It was. So I didn't know it wasn't crawfish Monica. It was a crawfish pasta. And so we came back and we went and got it again. I'm like, it's a crawfish pasta. I'm like, I'm like, because I don't know why it tasted so different.
I
Right? And
already
it's
know
just
what-
crawfish. It's crawfish, man.
It's not even a crawfish. I already know what they did. They put Lee and parents, and they mixed that with Worcestershire sauce. Serious.
I believe you. Right?
But it was the first time I ate so I hadn't had crawfish. So I don't really realize what crawfish was because crawfish is not like anything, man. We didn't have anything like that back home. We have a lot of really good seafood in Australia, and I'll probably give you this: Australia, we actually have awesome seafood. Like no offense to y'all, but like we have actually a better selection of seafood than Louisiana, like in terms of the produce and we're an island, right? But we don't know what to do with it, man. So.
We ship a couple cases of some Zatarans, crab balls.
Yeah, we don't know how to season it. We don't know how to do
my
like you know, and the oysters like we so like I love Sydney where I'm from, Sydney rock oysters. Man, like I think they're way better than Louisiana oysters if you eat them fresh, right? If you just like 2 drops of lemon, you eat them, it's beautiful. But when I came here, I'd never had a fried oyster. I'd never had just all the different like ways you'll cook it, a charbroiled oyster. So like Louisiana has the like flair of cooking to it, you know. But yeah, man. But the crawfish I hadn't had, so it's a crawfish that I loved. And just having crawfish boils, crawfish etouffee is probably my favorite. Although I had it in Baton Rouge at a place, and I've tried to get it and it's never as good as that. And I've asked everyone like, where's the best crawfish etouffee, and they all give me the same answer, and it's not helpful. It's always like my grandma's house.
It is.
So my grandma's I believe it, man. I believe it.
I was
About
about
to ask
say,
you that.
don't ever go to like a Louisiana-based restaurant and expect to get that Louisiana culture of the food. Like, if you want to get some real good ball crawfish, in my opinion, it would be like Assumption, Lafourche, Terrebonne. Like, we all know how to cook crawfish. You
That's
go down
not to say that stuff's not good at some of those restaurants. It's just not the same.
It's
get
not.
it.
Yes,
I get
it's
it.
not. They don't. I don't know. It's not that they don't know how to cook or they don't know the recipes. I feel like maybe just things are done faster because it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
And they're not really putting the care, I guess, that your grandma or your grandpa would make.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
with
hey,
that-
was it Popeye's red beans and rice is good, but it's not like how
it's
we
not
make
home.
it, you know?
With that being said, do you like to cook?
You know what? I don't at all, man.
I was about to say-
I'm super lazy. I'm lucky, man. I've been with my wife. Like she was like 17 and I was 19 when we started dating, right? And like she's always just like to cook. So I don't cook much, man. Like
Man, I was so hoping you were gonna tell me you love to cook and that you learned how to cook a gumbo. Cause I hadn't forgot. And the only fucking way to cook a gumbo is with a roux.
And no tomatoes.
And because we had a whole thing the last time, and they go eat this shit up again because it was a whole thing. They got this group out here that doesn't cook a gumbo without a roux, and it's just onions and water and all this other shit. But
Well, the crazy part is that on the comment section and stuff, it really is divided. Like a lot of people,
it's so
a lot of people are
divided.
saying no, like it is onions, or all right, you just making a watered down gravy or a watered down stew or whatever the case. And look, dude, I can't even tell you how many different gumbos. And I can tell you what my favorite gumbo is one made with a roux.
Yep.
Until somebody can beat a roux made gumbo and really show me this is the process we do with the onions, yada yada,
Yeah.
and this is how we do it, you ain't changing my mind on that.
matter of fact, I'm gonna throw it out there. Let's have a cook off. Anybody want to DM us and have a cook off? We'll have a cook off and we'll film it, and then we'll see who's the best roux.
I'm down to taste it.
I'll cook the roux gumbo. I
You
need
get a guest
somebody. I
judge.
need
Yeah,
somebody.
guest judge.
Yeah, we'll have a guest judge. I need somebody to cook the onion water or French onion soup or whatever y'all want to cook. But yeah, y'all DM us. We'll set that up
This
and then
man
we'll
Austin
film it.
is
No, look, hey,
Call
shit.
people out
Hey,
right
what
now.
the fuck? Why not?
So what's your favorite restaurant you found so far down here?
Man, restaurants hard, man. Like there's so
You go-tos, I should
There's
say.
so many good restaurants. We go to Superior Seafood a lot in New Orleans. It's just near my daughter's school. It's one of the first places. So when we came here, we had someone in New Orleans. We went to a Saints game in Atlanta because we're coming to New Orleans and there was no game here. So we went to Atlanta. It's actually the first game I went to. Hand in my face like an idiot, and we lost. And the Atlanta people gave me lots of drama.
That sounds like a Saints game.
Yeah, but
Sound like the Saints game.
but they told us to go to Pascal Manali's. Like they were from New Orleans in Atlanta, and we'll go in there. So we went to Pascal Manali's, and it was closed. And Superior Seafood's right near there, and we ate there. And that's when I realized it's across the road from the Sacred Heart School. So that's when we're like, oh man, that's our daughter's school. Like it's equivalent. So It's probably my favorite restaurant because it's got that like memory of like it was a seed of us moving here. But man, I can't pick one, man. They're all so good, dude.
You got to try Vincent's by Sacred Heart there.
Vincent's we love. I was there on the weekend. Man. Yeah, Vincent's is great. It's good romantic, good date night. Here's what I say about Louisiana in particular, like in New Orleans. The food is amazing from top to bottom, right? If you go to Sydney, where I'm from, we have some top class restaurants. Like we have some world class restaurants, but it doesn't translate, right? So if you go to the top, it's great. If you go to the middle, it's crap. Like it's expensive and it's crap. Whereas what I've learned about here is it's from top to bottom, it's good. It took me a while to get my head around the gas stations. Like, because we've gone around and like, I was asking, we asked all the Uber drivers, like, what's the best place to eat? And so we just went around and everyone kept, there's this gas station near our Airbnb and they, like the 7th Uber driver's like, the po' boys at this gas station is amazing. And I'm like, really? I'm like, and I went, it was freaking amazing,
I mean,
man.
dude, nothing beats gas station booty,
No,
man.
you talking
I was about to
about
say you
talking about gas stations right now, dude. I was so pissed off this morning. I had some jobs for one of our clients that we do for, and I was in the Baton Rouge area. I stopped at 4 gas stations today.
None of them had holes in the stalls.
None of them had bathrooms
disappointed.
to even have a hole. Dude,
What?
It got to the point once I hit the 3rd and 4th place, like I was just so pissed off because I had to pee that bad, and I was literally just couldn't find just a regular store with a
Really?
bathroom.
Really?
And so whenever I walked out, the 3rd guy, I was like, damn. I was like, nobody got bathrooms around here, huh? And I just walked out. I didn't even let him say anything to me. And then the fourth one that I went into,
He's probably about to wait. No, sir, it's around the back.
Well, I finally had enough, and I was like, dude, do y'all not have a bathroom in here? I was like, does Baton Rouge is that like a known thing that y'all just don't keep bathrooms in y'all convenience stores? And he was like, no, but if you go down the road to the dollar store, whatever. I was like, no, dude, I'm not going to the dollar store. I was like, thank you, have a good rest of your day. Left, and then I ended up peeing on the side of the road. Like I opened up both of my doors. I was like,
but look, in their defense, can you imagine like how many other than like your big gas stations like Buc-ee's? Obviously, that's like a bathroom you can damn near eat off the floor.
I've never been to a gas station in Thibodeau that didn't have a bathroom. I put it.
No, but I get that. But can you imagine from their standpoint? You know how much shit and stuff they got to go through. If I was a gas station, I wouldn't have a public restroom neither.
It was hard enough for
clean that shit.
my wife when she was working at Starbucks. People using the restroom and everything, and like the shit they would find in there, needles, like all sorts of stuff, man. At a Starbucks.
I guess that makes sense in that case, but it's just like, fuck, man. I'm just a normal human trying to use a regular bathroom. Like everybody has a cell phone.
You're trying to use a regular bathroom. Let's say that. Normal human is a stretch, guy. That's a stretch.
So what would like Australian food be apart from Vegemite and Foster's?
So you know Foster's, by the way. So Foster's in Australia is like the crappiest beer, right? But in America, because Foster's is a strong brand, like you know it, right? Like so if you buy Foster's here in America, it's actually a different beer. It's actually Crown Lager. So Crown Lager in Australia is like a good quality beer, and they put it's owned by the same company. So they put the Crown Lager in Foster's in America. So I'll drink a Foster's in America. If you drink that stuff in Australia, man, that is piss. It's so bad.
Well, they probably use
crazy.
different
It's like their
recipes and
Natty
shit
Light.
too, because I mean,
Yeah, but they use the brand. They leverage the brand because people know the brand. But it's the worst beer in the world. No Aussie would drink Foster's. Our food, we do like meat pies, which is different to your meat pies. Like just meat, sort of like a traditional pie. That's really us with tomato sauce.
More like a shepherd's pie type of deal.
Yeah, but just a pastry top. But like that. We do a lot of barbecue, but our barbecue is not we call it guerrilla barbecue. When we say
Shrimp on the barbie.
Sorry?
Shrimp on the barbie.
Shrimp on a barbie, yeah, which we'll call a prawn though. See, again, that's like Americanized because we call it a prawn. We don't call it a shrimp, but yeah, we will.
Damn you, Outback Steakhouse.
Man, I tell you what, dude, I got here. What the fuck is a bloomin' onion?
Never
heard of a bloomin' onion in my life.
That's a vlog
man.
idea. We're taking him to Outback Steakhouse and criticizing everything on the fucking
Like,
menu.
what is that? Never heard of that before. Like, it was like, this Australian, like, dude, no Australian's ever heard of what a bloomin' onion is, man. Like,
Okay, but is it bad?
it's pretty good. It's pretty
it's
good.
great.
It's pretty good.
Can you imagine him going back to Australia? Guys,
I'm gonna take it there.
you take it there, you start a bloomin' onion stand,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
you become like
That's
a
it.
fucking... He just blows up out there. It's like, guys, I got this new plan, bloomin' onions. Hear me out.
well, I always thought about that. Like if I were ever moved to like another country or something like that, I think my idea would probably be to start like a New Orleans themed restaurant, but actually have authentic cuisine there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about everywhere you go in the world. I haven't been to one city in the United States that didn't have New Orleans themed
And it's
cuisine in a
never
restaurant.
New Orleans
You know what I
like
mean?
food.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what. There
Well,
is
it
some.
don't ta- it
There,
don't
no,
taste the
there is
best,
some
but-
people that move and then they
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
the
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
they bring
they bring the culture with them.
But I would think that would be cool as hell.
Dude,
you just
started in
going
China.
through
They got a lot of
China or
crawfish
something
there.
like that, and like just like in a back little alley
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
could go get like this ramen and all, and then next door you can get ball crawfish from this thing right next door. Like, that'd be tight.
Start our own speakeasy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's get away from the food and the cuisine now. Let's get back
Why, you
on to
getting
like
hungry?
the business side
I've
of
been telling them
things.
to get away from the food
So,
and cuisine for this whole challenge.
What would be your definition of success?
So for me, success is measured in time, and I think like free time. Like I don't think success is measured in dollars or revenue or anything. I think success is measured in having freedom, being able to like make your own decisions, do what you want, like having security like that. So like that's always my measure of success. I think people can chase money and they can chase dollars, and like you can chase money for forever. You know what I mean? And when you die and you're on a deathbed, like you're not going to talk about the dollar money. You're going to talk about the time you spent. So I think success is just being able to like make money in a way, make enough that you can spend time with family, time with doing what you love, you know. So I think that's success.
It just gets to a point though, because like I seen this past weekend, I don't know if y'all was keeping up with like the F1 in Monaco and all the things, and they just I just was looking at Twitter and they got so many people quoting the tweet saying, you know, you think you on the way to success, and then you just realize that they starting at your starting point, or their starting point is your finish line, kinda, and it's just like this just crazy amount of wealth, and it's just to think, you know, those guys that's out there, you'll see a guy that's in a 60-foot yacht, but they jealous of the guy that's in a 150-foot yacht, so it's like. You just never satisfied.
It's never ending if you chase it. I learned something. I went to Turks and Caicos a few years ago, and something hit me with the people there, right? Like there was a lot of like service industry because it's like built on tourism, and like those people, they weren't very well off financially, right? But like I was looking at them, and like they lived on the island. They like went out on the boats. I take down the boats every day. They're like swimming in the most beautiful water I've ever seen. You know, they're like cooking fish in their house, and I'm like, those dudes are pretty wealthy, man. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think wealth is a material thing, and you can always chase that. I think wealth's like it's a personal thing, but it's like happiness. You need to be content. You got to stop somewhere, man.
I was talking to a guy whenever we went on vacation to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, and he was our tour guide or whatever for the day, and he had went like a little bit ahead of the group, so I like kind of caught up with him, you know, and started walking with him. I was like, just kind of like spin like. So, dude, what's your life like over here? Like, I know you're a tour guide, and we seeing this jolly side of you, but like, where you really come from or whatever. This dude was an IT software, like for computers at 13, and then also working a restaurant job at 13, working 2 jobs at 13, like buying his own shoes and stuff like that. And then he made it to where he finally got a job, like tourism started getting bigger or whatever in the Dominican Republic, and he got a job with one of the tourist companies that was, you know, doing excursions and stuff. And he was like, this is the best job that I ever had. And he was like, I just literally just get to walk around the island or ride in these four-wheelers or whatever, show y'all the island and stuff, and then I could go surfing at the end of the day or go hang out or do whatever. So it's like these guys really do live, like that island lifestyle is just, they really do live it.
Other people are busting their ass to afford enough money to go and spend like a week there or a few days there, whereas these guys are doing it. So yeah, I again, it's personal. I'm not super materialistic at all. I just don't. That doesn't give me joy. You know. I think it's time. You know, like yeah. I think wealth's measured in time, not money, right? Because the more, if you're going to Monaco, the F1s every year, and you're like got this massive yacht, like how long you got to keep working to sustain that, right? So your time might be limited, even though you've got this money. Whereas if you can afford to like spend time, that's where the wealth's at. So. Yeah,
I like that.
I agree with that. I think a lot of people take that for granted, though. I mean, I think about it. I mean, it's true. Look, we sat back and so kind of went through a little change in my business. And that was the biggest thing. It was hard for me to see was I was heavily involved in the day-to-day operations. Well, just up to a year ago, kind of got a business consultant in here, kind of helping me kind of able to step back and kind of see the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. And look, up until, like what you said, that was my biggest fault. You know, my wife and, you know, I got, you know, 3 kids, and it was like, you know, they understand the struggle of you day-to-day operations. And look, they know I'm, you know, just because I missed the school events or the dancing or whatever it is, they know I'm working to give them the better life. But at the same time, you never get that back. But I kind of agree with you. I feel like now that I'm able to step back, it is nice to be able to have the time. Like, look, we got vacations now that I got planned, and I'm able to do these things because I got other people that I can rely on to kind of run the day-to-day operations.
Yeah, and you got to earn it, right? Because you can't just go straight to like you need to sacrifice. I've sacrificed a lot,
correct?
Right? But the point is, if you keep sacrificing forever, even if you're stacking the dollars or something, it's not, you're not winning. You need to take time off. That's why I see work-life balance as like, it's like it changes, right? Because it's also unrealistic to go, hey, I work at this certain time and then I come home. If you're in business, sometimes you just gotta you gotta do stuff, right? Like, so for me, balance is more like you go out of balance, but you got to go back the other way. So like I worked my ass off for years and years and years, right? And I sacrificed a lot of time, then I took a year off, right? So like most people don't take a year off and did nothing for a year. So that was like I was so far this way. I then went all the way back so far this way, and now I'm like, you know, back in the middle. You kind of
offset it.
So yeah, so that's my take on work-life balance. You need to grind, you need to sacrifice. Like if you want to get ahead, like it's all right to do that, but don't get lost in it. Yeah. Make sure you're conscious to earn yourself the right to get out of there for at least a period.
Well, did you see that transition, like a big transition in that work-life balance, moving from Australia to America? Because like just in America, from what I see, everything is just so, I want this now, I want this done now. And I'm guilty of it. Like, I got people hitting me up, you know, they want this yesterday. And so now I'm going back to my people like, hey, guys, we need to get this done ASAP. And everything is just, I want it now, instant gratification.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think Sydney's crazier like that. Like, particularly in New Orleans. Like, New Orleans is a big easy for a reason. Like, New Orleans can be a little slower than Sydney was. You know, so I think people are probably more relaxed here than Australia because we're pretty on it there. So I don't know. I think people are more relaxed here, but I'm conscious of trying to. But my wife did kick my ass once. I was sort of cruising here. She's like, Steve, like you got to like I wasn't putting too much effort in. I was like relaxing. She's like, dude, like I don't want you around the house all the time. Like go do more. Like you're capable of way more. Like you need to do more, like, because you can, like, don't just sit on your laurels, you know. So she kicked my ass a couple of years back and like got me, because I didn't want to build a business too big. I was like, I want to be like, just not do much. And she's like, you gotta, you're selling yourself short. You got to push harder.
Well, let me hit you with this one then. So how you feel about this? I seen they had a guy the other day. He posted it on Reddit, and he was like, he said, what do you guys think about this? He started some type of business and got his business going to where he pretty much didn't have to be in the day-to-day anymore. And he saved up enough money to where he put so many millions in an account. And then he was basically like living and supporting his wife and all the family and stuff off of just the returns or the interest, whatever that built off of it. So he was making like, I want to say like somewhere like 400 or 500K a year without having to lift a hand. And he started playing Xbox and chilling, doing nothing around the house and everything. And then the wife was still a school teacher so that they could have, you know, the benefits and all of that type of stuff. And the wife was like talking to him and was saying basically like, look, I'm going to divorce you if you don't get off your ass and go do something. He's like, what the fuck you mean? Like, I'm 45 years old. I done built everything that I need to build. I'm getting paid this amount of money every year to not do anything. And I could just live my life. And he was like trying to figure out if he should go back in and start doing some type of business venture, or if he should just say like, F what my wife thinks. Like, this is where I'm at. I made it in his eyes. You know,
that's a tough one because like he deserves it, and like I think he deserves some time off if he's built that. But there is a point, like people often retire and die, right? You got to do something productive.
I say that too.
So yeah, take 6 months off and play some Xbox for a while, man. I get it, but you probably want to do something. Even if that's to like go do some charity, man. Go do something fulfilling. I think people need to do something. You know, you don't want to do nothing. You want to be able to do nothing. The fact he can do nothing is a blessing. Doesn't mean he has to do nothing.
Right.
No, you know what I mean?
Time out though. There's a couple red flags in that scenario. I mean, if he's got millions in the bank, I don't think he's really relying on his teacher's
no,
wife's,
he's not. No, that's not the point.
Insurance.
It's just the point. It's just the point that the teacher still works to cover that for him. Like the teacher.
No, but my point is, if you got millions in the bank, you could source it. You could source out insurance.
Yeah, but she just worked still. She wanted to work. Like that was a scenario.
My problem with the wife would be that
It wasn't about at the end of the day. It wasn't nothing to do with the insurance. That was just a plus. It was to do with the fact of that he was secured and he done made it, but she's still going and working every day, kind of type of scenario.
My problem with the wife would be that she brought it up like that because I feel like if the dude's doing nothing but sitting around playing Xbox, maybe he needed another year, he would have been like, I got to do something. Yeah. Whether it's work or just a hobby, or charity work or something. If you set someone like that, like they got set up for life and now they're just lazing about the house, eventually they're going to be like, the hell am I doing? I want to go out.
It's almost like you don't have a purpose too at that point too. And that's what like drives me. Because like I started thinking about it. And whenever I was back in college and I wasn't like really knowing what I was going to do or whatever with the rest of my life, dude, I don't even know how I lived like that, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, man, like, what was my purpose back then? I really didn't have one. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just kind of freeballing it. And once I figured it out, that's whenever I started having a lot of drive and actually wanted to just do more things and be more active, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it kind of plays.
I mean, you got to have a purpose. You got to have a purpose. It's nice to be taken care of financially so you can do what you want because then you can do. You don't have to do something just for money. You can do it for purpose, but you got to have a purpose. You can't play Xbox all day. Maybe for 6 months. Maybe for a while. Like that's fun for a while. I could probably do that for 6 months, but not longer.
I don't think I could even do it for 6 months. I don't even know when was the last time I logged on the game.
Yeah, I don't play it, but I for a while though. It's actually fun because my son would play Fortnite, so I used to play Fortnite with him a little bit just to like bond with him. But that was fun, man. I don't know.
That's what we play, and I haven't played Fortnite probably I would say in like 6 or 7 months. Like it's disgusting, and
he uses that term, boy. It's every time, boy. Fucking
it's probably because it's
stuck in his
embedded in my
head, yo.
head
It's stuck in
now.
his
So
head.
that's the only 2 numbers I know. I done forgot 1, 2, 3, 8, 9.
That's crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Do we have anything that we didn't touch? Where we at right now, Brant?
Hour 36.
Do we have anything? So we coming up. We got like probably about 10 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything that you want to touch on that you're thinking about that we didn't really touch on yet?
Not really, man. Not really.
Is there anything that you want to talk about that it don't even have to be business related, just that you want to bring up on the podcast? That might be something cool or relative.
Cultural questions that you may have for us that we can maybe answer that you don't already,
Yeah, we can. I'm curious on I'm curious on Terrebonne Parish, man. Like
Oh,
actually,
God.
yeah.
Well, we'll do that.
Well, how
we'll
y'all
do
bridges in Australia?
Harrow Bridges.
Yeah.
We're the Harbour Bridge, man. One of the best bridges,
Our
y'all.
bridges are shit.
Your bridges are shit.
They're always broken.
They're always broken. Okay, yeah. You'll need them too. Yeah, I'm curious in Terrebonne Parish, and I think I've done one real estate deal here once in Raceland, but I don't do a lot down here. It seems pretty cool. I ate somewhere here that was really. My son played soccer down here, and I went to some local place. It was some of the best food I had. I don't remember what it was.
What kind of food?
It's Cajun food.
Was it Boudreaux and Thibodeau's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I was
it.
gonna
That was
tell you to eat over there if you really want to experience a
Yeah, that
restaurant
was so
with
good.
some real Cajun cuisine. Because me and my fiance will actually eat there every now and again, and that's like one of the spots where I'll be like, "Hey, I want some Cajun home cooked food.
Yeah.
What can we go right now to get some?" It's gonna be Boudreaux and
The setup,
Thibodeau's.
it almost looks touristy because it's so all the jokes and setup. But we went at lunchtime and we could tell it was full of locals and the food was so goddamn good.
So have you ever tried the bald crawfish? I know you say you don't really like to cook, but have you ever tried the experience to do the whole thing yourself? Or you just...
I haven't. I like to watch. I've friends have done it. See, this is what I learned in Australia, right? So Australia, we grill a lot, right?
Okay.
So all the dudes fight over it. Everyone wants to control the grill. right? So like it's sort of like the fight, and I learned, man, I like to drink, bro. So I just grab the beer and like sit next to them and be like, that was a way easier job. So same with the crawfish, man. I like to go, but I'll give me a beer and tell me what you're doing.
You ain't wrong about that though, because
No,
like
that's
they got people who will fight.
Oh, they get territorial.
Oh,
man.
they territorial on it. What you just put in my pot?
If I could suggest something though, if you're into crawfish, they got in Thibodeau the Mudbug Boil Off this weekend.
Okay.
And it's like what 30, 40 different stalls boiling crawfish in all different ways, and you go around and just
I'm coming
try
to that.
each place.
Yeah, no, that they do that. One of my friends' schools, they have a cook off, and that's one of my favorite things. 'Cause everyone's trying to impress, and there's all different stuff in the crawfish, and you can taste it all. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh yeah, do it. It's downtown
We doing
Thibodeau. They got a
a,
concert going on.
Is the
and
food better
everything.
down here? Tell me though. Is the food
Listen, we can
I
take
probably
you.
believe you. I probably believe you if you say
It's
it
a different level.
Look, we can take you to a couple places.
The further south, the better it gets. I'll put it to you like that. Like New Orleans, you really not eating Cajun food. I'm just gonna put it to you like I'm just gonna be straight up real. And
Yeah, it's
anybody,
different. It really is different.
Anybody can Louisiana can say what the fuck y'all want. In New Orleans, you're not eating real Cajun food.
Okay.
No restaurant you go to really is gonna be real Cajun food.
If it says
like,
blackened on it, it's not Cajun. They always say
Okay,
Cajun blackened redfish. That's
No,
not
it's
Cajun.
different. We can.
I get a lot of Cajun. I get a lot of blackened fish in New
Like
Orleans,
honestly,
so okay.
Austin, he can whip up some good
Okay.
on the quicks, just some good authentic Cajun, whatever it may be. I mean, he could turn freaking chicken wings into Cajun.
What
you know?
what about Lafayette? How do you beef with Lafayette?
Fuck no.
All
They
right,
don't know
so
how to
listen,
cook. They
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
call them out. Y'all can't cook crawfish.
They
Don't
can't-
tell me y'all put all that.
They put mustard and shit in
Yeah,
crawfish
that's the
and all that.
thing. They
Other,
put
Wait,
mustard.
Lafayette? You mean East Texas?
yeah.
Texas.
No,
East Texas.
no.
I pressed the right button there. I pressed the right button.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I like
yeah.
it.
No, you did, but like, look, you go to bush, you gotta wear goddamn gloves to eat y'all shit.
And
That's
then,
what you,
then you sprinkling seasoning all on top of the crawfish. No, dude, if you season your ball right
Yeah.
and you do everything correctly,
Yeah, you don't need
should
all
be
that.
able to eat that
Yeah, I agree
crawfish
with
without having all
I
kind
agree
of
with that.
bull BS on your hands.
I'm gonna peel that, right? Like what's that? Yeah, okay. I agree
So
with that.
like, there's things too down here that not a lot of people do that I actually do like, and Austin experienced it. I know he likes it too because the people that keep coming to the ball thing that we do every year. I like either oranges or
I mean, you can put all that in.
yeah,
the
oranges or
water.
lemons or
Yeah.
like some type of citrusy.
That's what I'm
I like
saying.
to get
Look,
that citrus
that's
flavor.
how favorite my wife.
I'm okay if you add all the stuff into the water.
Yeah.
But man, when it's all like, look, okay, now give me. There's a time and a place for that. Like, look, like when you do the what's that place? Like every now and then, I know they're gonna say, oh,
You talking about like a
well, if
fire
you go to like
crab.
Fire Crab, it's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
different
yeah.
butter.
They're
that's
closing
different.
down. They don't matter.
No, that's the
What?
laughing crab.
Oh,
I'm telling
No,
you.
the
laughing
laughing crab. I'm saying like that's different. I've eaten it like okay, and yeah,
It's good. It's all
But-
right.
Okay.
I don't want all of just the seasoning on top. Like you don't need all the seasoning
Yeah.
on top.
But they use an Old Bay too. Like there's not one person from Louisiana, a true Cajun, that's using Old Bay as their spice in their fucking crawfish bowl. And if you are, you're not balling crawfish right.
Dude, I had my buddy, Big Gay Terry, the one I always say about my old housemate. He's from the Northeast originally. And I kept telling him, like, dude, you got to try boiled crawfish. You got to try it. And he's like, nah, I don't want that. I've been to seafood boils. Well, the way they do it out there, they just boil it in water, maybe some lemon, nothing else. They dump it out on the table. It's the saddest looking crawfish boil, and they pour Old Bay on it. He came down here for my wedding. We did a crawfish boil the day before, and he was like, dude, I didn't know what I was missing. So a lot of people, they hear seafood boil, and they think it's that New England BS.
I
They
would
don't
have to
realize
let you
what we do.
know when we do it. But coming up in August, which we're gonna probably get a team together, but they got a benefit down here that we're doing a rib cook off again.
A rib cook
So we
off.
did one.
Okay.
Hey, look, it's fun. So we get, I like throwing
You-
down ribs and doing different.
You like barbecuing overnight? It's a long.
Well, no. So it's all during the daytime span. Typically they do like we get there early morning and it's kind of ready around 2:00 or 12. Around lunchtime, kind of
Okay.
beginning of the afternoon type thing. But it's a blast. I mean, look, you're sitting around drinking, just messing with the pit. I got a big bar. I got a big smoker, so
Okay.
we just it's
What
fun.
about Gator? Your cook? Because I love Gator, man. Gator's good, man. Your
So fried alligator is probably one of my favorite things, and especially if you make it right. But you got to chop it up into very, very small pieces,
Okay.
like that tail. That you can't have big alligator.
Nah,
chunks.
that's something we can do and make. We put a whole one on the pit. We smoked the whole gator on the pit. I
hell
get
yeah.
access to where you can get the whole gator skinned and just the heads on everything. So we
Hell
put the whole
yeah.
thing on the pit. It's pretty cool.
I
It's
never had it on a pit. I never really did.
wrap.
but
We wrap it in bacon.
yeah.
So
yeah.
we wrap it in bacon, season it up, put it on the pit.
Man, gators. I mean, because I like eating different. Like I'll try anything. I've eaten rattlesnake and but like I don't like it all. But gator.
What's the
man,
favorite part?
gators-
The
Good.
meat?
Oh,
No,
it's
I'm
so
just
good. Especially, dude, go to Boudreaux and Thibodeau's and order the gator from there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's legit.
Okay.
Legit.
We ought to do a Thanksgiving video this year and do, you know how they do like a turducken where they stuff it,
Yeah.
but do it with the alligator and stuff all that
just
stuff in
it with
there.
all kind of random shit.
Oh yeah.
You'll eat the nutras? You'll eat the nutras?
No,
Never had nutria.
I mean, look.
we kill them and
Oh,
cut the
wait,
tails.
No, so I mean, look, a Nutra's a vegetarian. People say, I mean, you know, it turns people off because it's like a rat.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't really
in
know
all
people that
honesty,
eat
look, a
Nutras.
Nutra's gonna be no different than a rabbit.
I don't really. I never seen anybody chop up a nutria and
Nah, look,
skin a
rabbit?
nutria and eat it.
Yeah.
Rabbit's one of the leanest things you can eat.
Your rabbit's good.
Yeah, we
Rabbit's
just
is great.
Rabbits.
Matter of fact, I'm
great.
fixing to start raising them. I used to raise them, the meat rabbits, and I'm about to do some more. But
Okay.
High protein, low fat.
yeah,
Yeah.
But no, alligator, dude, that would be one of my top ones, especially fried.
Yeah.
And if you do it the right way, oh,
but yeah,
you just
we
can't
get that.
beat it.
That's what we got. We might have to do a little video. Get you to come down with. I'll throw a gumbo down. They wanted me to throw one down after
Hell
that
yeah.
after the last video kind of went.
you're backing up now.
Everybody
You
was
told
going
the
back
crowd.
and forth, so we were like, they were like, so let's show us your gumbo. So I'm like, all right, I'll cook one for the office.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's we'll throw it down, but
Are there any gumbos I know you could compare it to? Like my grandma's and mom's gumbos taste almost identical to
well, see,
Off
this is
the
the
Hook.
difference. Like they all my gumbos, I start with a roux base, okay? Now, I'll do the okra, and then they're going to get more flack and that's not how you fucking cook okra gumbo. Whatever, fuck it don't matter. That's how I do it. I know there's different ways, but that's the way I like it, and I think that's the best way. But, you could do seafood, seafood, chicken sausage, there's different. Look, I make one where I like, putting oysters in it. When I do seafood, I do one seafood without.
A chicken and sausage gumbo without roux, man. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Just
see,
make
I
sure-
don't
That
Make sure you
upsets
understand.
make
me.
it. You
What?
give me one without shrimp so I could have it.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all can't eat shrimp. But yeah, no, we could do a
What
chicken
kind-
and
what kind of
sausage.
shrimp?
I'll throw a
Allergy.
chicken and
Allergy,
sausage
okay.
one down, and then yeah, you can do that.
But you
Hell
can
yeah.
eat crawfish, but not shrimp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a shellfish. What is a
It's,
shellfish?
I think it's the iodine in it, is what the
Okay.
doctor said.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. I developed the allergy on my 21st birthday.
Okay.
We
Damn.
went, yeah, we were eating shrimp, and I was drunk as hell. I didn't realize, but my face started doing like this.
You got a bit by that shrimp tick, huh?
Well,
Now they got them-
practically,
Oh,
but I found out.
I
from
was
the
about
doctor-
to I was about to make a joke and said that was the last round of his vaccines. So.
When I found out from the doctor, I was like, "You can get allergies later on." He's like, "Yeah," and it
Well,
took
no,
me a
the
while
joke-
to figure out
I
what
made the
happened.
joke about
but-
the tick, but did y'all see that thing? The tick. Now that there's a
Yeah, the
tick
Lone
out there,
Star
if you
tick.
get bit by the tick,
How is Bill Gates not in
You
jail?
don't eat meat. It makes you to where you're like you can't.
Yeah,
say
it's the Lone Star tick.
Yeah, whatever.
You think
that-
Bill Gates is causing it?
I mean, that's
Oh,
next
that's proof.
theory. I don't
That's
know.
buku research that shows that he has backed the research for those ticks.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
no,
Nick's
yeah.
government inside called him and told him.
You
no.
know who's the
Yeah.
second? You know who's the second most owned farmland in the entire United States?
Well, that's true.
Bill Gates.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what you
Look.
saying? He breeded the ticks?
No, I'm saying that he's trying to introduce lab grown meat. These ticks happen to line up at the same time that he's trying to push that, and they all come from his companies. So what you do?
Oh, so you can't eat real meat, but you can eat lab grown meat?
I guess.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I ain't the one that's fucking putting them out.
He ain't Elon. You like Elon?
Oh, I love Elon.
Yeah, okay.
I love Elon. I think he's for the people.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's
so
for the
too.
people. I think he's just.
You see, I reckon he's a trillionaire now with the SpaceX just
he's
IPO.
he's a trillionaire, but he's not a trillionaire until they actually hit the milestones.
Yeah,
and one
okay.
of the milestones is they have to have, I want to say, it's an established colony on Mars.
Do you
and
think
it has
the
to have
IP
so many people.
Oh, that's
It has-
it.
yeah, it has to have so many
Do you
people
think the
on it.
IPO is going to hit? You think it's going to be successful as what they think? Like you think it's going to go?
I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Mm.
I couldn't.
IPOs are often hype. And-
I heard it's gonna be something like they gotta try to tie it in with Tesla some type of way.
Well, you seen that billionaire just put out a statement. He thinks it's going to hit 30 trillion.
What, as a market cap?
Yeah.
Yeah, you will got to worry. Like when it gets to the IPO, like there's a lot of hype.
It's a lot-
SpaceX will probably, not analyst view, but like it's probably high, but it'll probably go down. But if they do things right, it could absolutely be a massive.
Yeah, I think
company.
Elon's always playing a different move in the game, right? So like Tesla, What you think Tesla? What kind of company you think Tesla is? Just out of curiosity, let's say if you know.
I mean, it's probably a tech company.
Yeah, it's a tech company, but what would be the main purpose of Tesla in your opinion?
Well, didn't he? Because I always thought it was an environmental drive, right? Because he's one of his relatives that he funded that solar panel. So he was trying to create. My understanding was he was trying to create like solar energy and electric cars, so it's sustainable. He's trying to get to Mars so that like there's a second, like the human has a second place that if we mess up Earth, you know. So I've always seen him as like having this humanitarian massive goal view.
100%. I agree on all of those things. Do you want me to tell you what Tesla really is?
Yeah, I would love.
It's a data mining company.
Mm-hmm.
Think about every single Tesla car that's on the road that takes pictures of every single piece of environment it's in every single day at all times.
Yeah. That makes sense. I can see that.
Think about
I
how
hadn't
many
thought of it, but I can see what you're saying for sure.
Think about how many different people. Think about all the data points they can collect on. Dude, in them Teslas, they know what Tesla is where and where it's at all times. You think they can't turn your Tesla off if you're driving in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
Doing 55.
Aren't they trying to put kill switches in cars now?
Yeah, they're already trying to put kill switches.
About?
And BMWs,
Look all
they
that
have
crazy shit with the Waymo cars.
yeah.
all
Do you get
fucking-
Waymo? Because we
No,
had
we don't have
the Waymos in
Waymo.
New Orleans. They're
Have you-
driving around. They're not pop, but they're testing them. You see
they're
them
not
running
gonna
around.
well, they're not
When I
gonna
went
last
to
in New
LA,
Orleans
they
because
were
it's too much.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
that's
see
why they
it-
tested them. They
Roads.
tested
You
them
see
through
them, they
those
were
crazy
fucking up in
roads.
that parking lot, though.
yeah.
They were just going in circles and they all honking the horns at each other.
Dude, it was
For like 4 hours early in the morning, all the people were like, shut the fuck
Yeah.
it tripped me out when I saw him for the first time. We went back to LA last year, and we pulled up, and this car pulled up next to me, and I just look over, and I did a double take because there was no one in the driver's seat. And then I look up at it, and I see the big UFO thing swirling on the top. Dude, they're everywhere. Like the whole LA's flooded with them.
Well, look,
Well,
that's
you're euphoric because see my wife. She's like she doesn't want. It's got to be a gas car, and she's always wants to drive around. She's like, I'm not getting in a car that drives itself. And we even rented a car when we were in Australia, and they're like they would give us an electric car for the same price. So no, give me gas. I burn gas.
Yeah, well, it at the end of the day, it makes more sense as far as like the consumer, because as the consumer, you want to be able to do whatever they just making it harder and harder for us to be able to fix and work on these vehicles at the same day, I mean, at the same time. So like with Tesla, if something goes wrong with your Tesla or whatever, you can't just go bring that to your boy that you know down the road.
Yeah.
You got to go bring that to a certain Tesla dealership or BMW even.
Yeah.
They just came out with just the screws that they lagging on. They're not just using regular lag bolts. Is that the correct term? I'm sorry. Lug nuts or whatever.
Yeah.
For the cars,
so-
tires and shit, they doing a certain like device that you have to use that's strictly
Because
with
they're trying to
BMW.
control. They're trying to control
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So when I went to LA 2 times ago, I went and rented a car, and I was just renting a normal car, but they were out, and all they had was a Tesla left, and they're like, "You want the Tesla?" I said, "Do I have to pay more for it?" They said, "No, same price." Fine, cool. They gave me the Tesla. It was fun to drive and all that. Well, I was talking to my Uber driver after I dropped it off and telling him about how much I enjoyed the car, and he said, "Yeah, but the problem with it is it becomes a hassle once you have it for even the slightest repair. You get a flat tire, you cannot change it on your own. You have to call not just a tow truck, a Tesla-specific tow truck that has the equipment to load it up on, because a normal tow truck won't work on it."
Well, let me even hit you with another one. You ready? I'm all about. I think your wife is a genius. I think she's very smart. So
So does she.
let's think about this.
Did you get reminded of that too?
Look,
Yeah, okay.
Well, what happens if somebody decides to hit us with an EMP? What if our own government decides to hit us with an EMP?
Yeah. It's true.
We all screwed.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
It's true.
in the gas cars too.
To a certain level, to a certain
No,
extent.
I mean,
think up
unless
in-
you
up
got
until-
some 1940.
No, up until
I
like,
better
it's
drive
up
my
until-
1949
No,
tractor.
it's up until like 2007 or 2006.
Yeah, but
until
I'm
they
saying
started
they all
putting
got
those type of
ECUs
chips.
and controllers that control the engine.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
gonna
Like,
kill all
like
that.
your truck, yeah, they can shut yours
Oh,
off.
my truck's fucked.
Yeah, my truck, they probably could.
Oh, yeah, your
yeah.
truck's
This is
fucked,
2016, so they probably could. But like some of
Fuck,
these
you're gonna
older-
tear your truck up before the MP. The
Yeah,
EMP
right.
does.
My truck looks
Every
good.
time you pull out, you almost fucking hit that truck up.
My truck look good right now.
Yeah, my truck's got hits on it. My truck's got some damage on it.
I got one of his workers trying to buy my truck right now for his son.
Okay.
But no, it's just I don't know. I just think that's crazy. And then everything to do with electric. I mean, and then you don't even want me to start with that because I'm even thinking about too, just like with the government control with electric type stuff and all, and why they was pushing that. I mean, all these flock cameras they got around. Dude, I'm starting to get pumped up because I told you that would happen eventually. I remember whenever I was showing you those videos a while back in Europe of them guys, like the street bike racers going around and taking down them cameras all around there. People are finally starting to do it in the United States now, and they making videos like, we won't be ruled by this control governing state and just all kind of other stuff, and we don't want y'all surveillance thing. But like at the end of the day, a lot of these places that they put in these slot cameras is like there's no reason they should be there. Like one is pointed at a playground. Why? Why did y'all put that flock camera there? Okay, I get it. Maybe if somebody kidnaps or whatever, but it's too much transparency because anybody could go on to these flock cameras and go and see. Look, so now you got what perverts going on to the flock cameras.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody can go on them.
Yeah,
but
They wanted
They
to
can.
put cameras on my house, right? So I'm in the Garden District in New Orleans, and because our house is on a corner, and they got security. The security's dope to have like in the area, but they wanted to put cameras on the corner houses to like surveil the streets, so everything. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't really want to put a camera on my house that you can access. So I didn't do it. But they were trying to get us.
And you say no one can access them, but
No,
that's
they
what they
can't.
said about Ring cameras. And then you have
Oh,
those videos
yeah,
of like
they can.
guys
People can
talking
hack
to
into
little
them.
girls in their room through the
Yeah,
freaking
Let me
Ring
put it to you
camera.
like this: the owner of Planter, the dude who started the flock cameras and who was running all that, just bought a house and moved his entire family to Argentina.
And the fear, not so. This is something somebody would say you're talking conspiracy here, but I'd actually agree with you on this. The big fear with it is what they do in China. China, they have cameras in every corner that recognize your face, and you know how they have that social credit score
Correct,
out
social
there?
credit
The
system,
social credit system. They monitor you through those cameras to add to that.
Like
so
a
then
Black
you go to
Mirror,
buy,
like a Black Mirror episode or
yeah.
something.
So you go to buy a house, and it's like, yeah, you got the money, you got the credit score, you got everything, and then they go, oh, but your social credit's down because
We
we
saw
didn't
you was
like that
going
you posted
58 and it's
something.
50 because this flock camera saw it or whatever.
Can you imagine
Like-
what Nick would be so fucked?
Nick
Oh
couldn't
my
survive
God.
if there was
He
a social credit score.
His social credit would be absolutely, it would be like 5.
Well, I mean, Australia's somewhere between China and America. Like Australia sucks, man. When we had COVID, like you had to.
Oh, I heard it was
I
bad
was
over
here,
there.
thank God.
I heard it was bad
But
in
like, yeah, my
Australia.
friends, like you had to like scan QR codes to go into places. You like I had to fly my wife back there and my daughter because her mum was sick, right? And fuck, that was expensive, but because it's during COVID. But I'm telling my sister like we'll come see you. Like her niece is there. She's like, oh, you can't come over. You're not allowed to come over. We're not allowed to have people at our house. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, are you a house? Like, are you serious? Like, thank God she had her over. But you were not allowed if you were a single person, you had to pick a bubble buddy, right? So that was you named someone. So there's a one person that you all can go to each other's houses, but you can't let other people in your house.
See, I think all that shit's stupid, man.
Well, hold on,
It's real
look.
stupid.
I-
Like, of course it's
like,
stupid.
even whenever over here, like they was and people were following the rules, like wearing the mask in places, and they were also like people wasn't going to their loved ones' funerals and all.
Yeah.
Bro, if you want to be honest with you, you know how many rules I followed during COVID? Zero. I didn't wear a mask nowhere. I went to the gym without a mask. They would tell me to put on my mask. I have it hanging off my ear.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not following y'all stupid ass
Yeah.
bullshit because y'all deciding to listen to the fucking dumbass government that don't even. What, you think they really have your safety and your vested interest at heart right now? No, dude. The whole COVID era thing.
It was
you want-
bullshit.
It
Yeah,
was.
it's
It was a
been
whole.
I
bad
got
time.
people in California so brainwashed by that, they're still following the COVID
Yeah, they
stuff.
still wear a mask and all. I saw somebody get on a plane with a mask, and I'm just like, "Are you sick or something?" She's like, "No, there's just a lot of people in here, and I just I don't want to get any type of whatever." I was just like,
You're in a tube. The air is circulating to you, even if you got the mask on. Like,
I tell you what's funny. I learned to like because I was still doing real estate during that time, and I was looking at houses, and I just like I'm with you, but like I was just trying to respect the norm. So in Orleans Parish, I'd roll with my mask, but if I went somewhere, I didn't come down here. I went to St. Tammany. Take that off, man. Because if you wear the mask in Tammany, like what are you like?
Yeah.
So I learned that different places were sort of had different different.
I'll give you my favorite.
Well, you get
The
to
worst is
New
you see
Orleans
people
and you
with the
start seeing
mask.
more democratic.
They want that mask
Political
on.
area,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll give
The
you my
worst
favorites
is you
in there.
see people with the mask alone in their car.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
I was just about to say. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you pull up like, what is it? Look at this idiot.
Yeah.
In their car by themselves with a mask on. What are we talking
Well,
about?
at the end of the day, too, it makes you sicker because now you have all that and you breathing everything out, and then now you're really not getting the amount of oxygen you need to get in because you.
See, I got COVID. I'm actually really lucky with the COVID stuff because I got it real early. I got it in like 2020. I got the early strain. I was actually pretty sick. It was because it was that early strain, but then I didn't have all the madness.
How old were you?
Man, I don't know. 38 or something. I don't know.
So you were. I mean, you're still technically young. You're younger.
Yeah.
Look, in my opinion,
I'm 42 now. I'm 42.
in my
I'm actually
opinion, I
older
think
than that, actually.
COVID.
I'm 46, man. Actually, fuck, I'm all the way older.
So I got a question. I got a
like,
question
just
for you,
COVID,
Nick.
What
So currently, right now, you think people that wear masks are stupid?
for COVID?
Just in general, yes, for COVID.
if it's to cover their face because they just had a surgical procedure, no, they're not stupid.
He's trying to get you.
I'm just saying, because literally we had a whole fucking
Not-
podcast last week
Not
with this
stupid.
dude sitting here with a fucking mask.
Just
I'm
a
just
little-
saying.
Okay.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta go watch that. That shit.
Okay.
You look like
Fuck.
Sub-Zero.
Totally different scenario. Totally
Oh,
different.
okay.
Whatever.
No, I just want to clarify
But-
there. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Not
What are we
stupid,
talking
just
about?
a little gay.
I just think I don't know. I just think everything was a joke about kind of the
Okay.
COVID shit.
I don't know.
And if you really were, and like, look, I have RA. I was one of the most susceptible people to getting COVID. So my white blood cell
fuck.
count is a lot lower. I can't even tell you if I really ever had COVID.
Yeah.
But like, I had the flu. Like I got sick. But like, was it COVID?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, I got it early, and it was a harsh strain. So I was sick, but it was all fear monger at the time. But then I'm like, it didn't kill me, and I'm like, cool. Well, it didn't kill me. I know I got some immunity. I know the world's going crazy, but I didn't have to get the vaccines and doing that because I'm like, I'm cool. I've been through it, so I'm really like it sucked that I had it early, but it just got me through all the craziness, and I just was able to go, okay.
You know what my fear has always been about the COVID thing, and I said this when it was going on, so I got COVID pretty bad. My whole family did. I got asthma from it and all this. It fucked me up, but it wasn't terrible. My fear is what happens when a disease comes in 10, 20, 100 years that's so bad, like you shit your organs out, you know, or something like that, you bleed from the eyes, like
That's
something
crazy.
serious bad, and everybody's going to go, that's bullshit. That's that COVID stuff again. Like, they fucked this up.
Kind of
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Kind of
Yeah.
like our government releasing that aliens are real and making entire websites with the Department of War and talking about all that stuff, and you got the White House tweeting photos with UFOs on top of it, talking about they are here and shit.
They'll protect us
Dude,
from the
So
aliens.
what do you think?
though.
They're real? What you
Perfect
pointing at
example.
me?
Perfect example
No,
right
what
here.
you pointing
He's
at
gonna
me?
laugh and joke and be like, "Oh, what you think the aliens are fake? You real? Whatever." My question is, I don't give a fuck if they're real, fake, or whatever.
No, we'll have them on the podcast. Come sit down and talk to us. That's all we're saying.
All I
don't
want to
give a
know,
shit. What
I
are you
want to know
talking
is
about?
no.
I'm not saying
I'm just saying
anything.
like exactly. You're not
Hey,
saying
y'all need crane
no.
work?
Look,
We
you're
can
not-
lift your spaceship.
He's not saying anything, but like what
No,
I'm
I
saying
mean, what-
exactly. You're not saying anything. Like you just don't have an opinion on it. Like oh, you're just like it's just another day.
Maybe they need marketing,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying,
Maybe
like,
they need
there's
to
too
market
many
their
people
country.
like that.
Or, I mean, they're
Everybody should be
planning.
like, what the fuck? The president just tweeted that we have aliens among
but
us, and they're
people are more worried
true,
about.
True.
But people are like, well, if aliens are real and they've been around this whole time, it hadn't affected me yet, so I'm more worried about where I'm getting my next meal. Like, you know, especially right now.
I guess I don't know, man. I just my question is not if they real or if they fake or whatever. My question is why? Why are y'all doing that? Why is now the time to do it?
Fair.
Because isn't there an election coming up?
I mean, it's that halfway your
I
midterms,
mean, the midterms.
But like it
What they got to do, though,
I
is
must
just
admit, I haven't paid much attention to him. So like, oh yeah, cool. Like, but I haven't.
Because the Epstein
like,
files
thought
got out.
yeah. But I think that's why is the Epstein files. But literally, go look up the Department of War released aliens.com, aliens.gov. You can go look at all the different ones.
Diddy got released, so they need something else to talk about.
you don't gotta worry about the aliens, man. They're gonna paint all the trucks green. They got ice at the airports now. They won't get here. We're fine.
Paint the trucks green.
But if y'all need y'all Facebook page, call Lone Wolf Marketing. Right? Aliens might need marketing.
I don't know.
They need to pay attention to him. Get him a Facebook page. Let's go.
Is Australia one of the countries where you can get arrested for Facebook posts?
Yeah, I think so. They haven't
Oh
like
God,
give.
you would be so.
We're pretty bad with
jail.
that. We're pretty bad.
Just off of
So
Twitter?
I don't know. Thank God
I
it
got
got
arrested
worse
back in
since I left.
2009.
But, probably.
I know
Still no
Germany
license.
and England are bad about that.
Yeah, Nick's
probably.
barely got any social platforms left. He's banned on Snapchat now. Oh yeah, this dude, they banned his Snapchat. They're like, yeah, you can't get one
I
again.
got one. I got another one now. I use the
Oh,
Wolf
now
Dens
it's
one
about to be-
now. So.
Yeah,
Dude,
we about
get
to have
that
our-
banned
Don't
next.
let
Oh,
them
we
know
about to have our
what's
Wolf
going
business.
on.
Oh yeah.
Actually, let's plug this in real quick. If y'all want to check out our new Snap, we have a Wolf Den Snapchat now that we be posting things that me and Austin and Duncan and all of us are doing around here on a daily life, and just whenever we're doing cool shit, we'll be posting it on there.
I'll give you a call to action. Check it out before it gets banned. Check it out before it gets banned.
Yeah, because if he's controlling it, it's not going to be long. I'll give you that.
And if it gets banned, you can check us out on Wolfden XXX on OnlyFans. It's a paid subscription.
Why does it takes everything that OnlyFans? I think Duncan wants to be a porn star, low key.
Hey, dude, they pay me enough. Maybe.
Make the offer, guys.
$20 is $20.
$20. Nobody's paying $20 for this, man.
Well, look at that camera right there, and go ahead and tell people where they can find your company, just your number, anything that you want to include in there.
Yeah, find me at homebuyerlouisiana.com. That's my website. If you're buying or selling property, investment property, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Stephen Keighery. Yeah, check me out. Happy to connect and help. And if you bring me some of this gumbo, man. I want to let me taste the difference. I can see which is better.
All right, for the fans, look, we got to have a cranky. We got. Can we hear that one time? I mean, everybody.
A what?
Steve
Crikey,
Irwin with the
crikey.
cranky.
Oh, crikey, mate. Crikey, mate.
Absolutely. Fucking right. All right. That's been in my head the whole time. Like, when is he going to say it? They don't even say that? Like, he's not even saying it?
You just ruined it for next time we have an Australian on.
Well, no,
They're going to want
fuck
to do
it.
all
I mean,
this. And
wait,
be like,
I
it's
want
been
the
done.
real experience.
Well, no, what we're going to do is we have another pod, and then we going to get deeper into the actual real estate side of stuff and more like the business aspects.
And then we'll cook a gumbo and teach you how to do it.
All right, I like it. Thank you. Thanks for having
Yep,
me, guys.
thanks,
Appreciate
man.
you.
my man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I got hella problems. Don't need no shovel handle.